Yeah, buddies. It's the Bennington Show live right here from New York City. It's a little bit of the British invasion. What we're doing is playing some songs during the week that we could not fit into the big GPS show on Saturday. But I have to tell you, just hearing that, I'm pissed about it again. I'm pissed about all the stuff that we couldn't fit in.
I know. This was maybe the most that we had to cut.
Oh, it was crazy.
We had more than twice the amount, and we're looking at it. How could you leave out?
Because we always want to play some bands that people aren't familiar with. You know, you just don't want to play them an hour's worth of hits that they've already heard before. And you could easily do that for hours with English invasion bands. This is the Bennington Show. GPS is Saturday. Gail Bennington will be doing her scope right before that and letting you know how you can win some signed vinyl. The Animals, Mr. Eric Burden.
Yeah, I'm going to be scoping around 2:45, so you have to follow at the iBang to get the alert.
I do anyway.
Well, I just want everyone to know. I know you.
Do we ever do the share from the Bennington Show, or do we not even know how that works, Chris?
We've done it once or twice.
That's all?
Yeah.
That's odd.
Like share from. Like,
by the way, to everybody out there, if you're new to the show, because it's a new year.
Yeah.
A lot of people got new radios or new cars. That is the man that we call Chris Hand Foods Stanley Bennington. And Hand Foods is the guy, he's always got some food in his hand.
Love it.
He claims that there's not many, but
not enough for me.
Or just food on his hands, even.
Or under his nails.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Don't
That's
wash.
the stink.
And this is a big day for Joey Jojo. His guests are coming in today.
Yeah, I'm very excited about these bookings.
You did a great job. These are your first big bookings, really.
Yeah. / only bookings, but I hope it goes well.
Just remember, don't bring up pee cups with anyone, because that leads to a lot of pain.
A lot of negativity with the pee cups, I've noticed.
Did you ever get around to apologizing to Molly for outing her sister?
I did. I don't know if it stuck, but
here's the reason why it was awful that you brought up. Because her parents were listening, and they were all in the car together going on vacation.
Yeah, man.
And then you tell a so-called amusing story about how her sister wouldn't want to leave the room, went on some kind of a weird bender with your buddy, and would just pee in cups.
Yeah.
Cups or bottles?
It was both cups and bottles. Yeah. I guess bottles are a little bit more impressive.
And then we come
I'm not
to
impressed
find
with either.
we come to find later that you had no right judging her. Because you yourself peed into bottles and cups, and that was told by your mother on Periscope.
Your mother actually said this, and I'll never forget it, that this kid could put his little Minnesota dick into a bottle, not hit any side.
Oh, my God.
And take a long piss.
The piss king of Minnesota in there.
I never thought she'd find those bottles.
They were in her home.
Hidden under blankets and pillows.
Blankets.
Seriously,
nasty.
If maybe a 1-year-old did that, it would be somehow like, "Hey, Jeffrey, we don't pee in bottles here. We go in the toilet."
Even that.
But you were fucking college age.
You're an adult.
Yeah.
And not like, I'm going to piss in this bottle and then throw it out later. You let it sit. Is Vito in there with you?
Yeah, he's here right now.
I was told he wasn't going to be around this morning.
I think he has to cover something at like 12:15.
Well, just bring him over for a second. And I just want to say this, because Vito still is doing some of his responsibilities from other shows. But congratulations as a Mets fan. Mike Piazza finally gets into the Hall of Fame.
I'm even wearing my Mets hat to celebrate today. It's the first time I've been able to in months.
It's the first time since the collapse in the series.
Yeah.
Great. They let a juicer in. Congratulations, Baseball Hall of Fame. Good work letting a cheater in.
No one ever said he was a juicer.
There's women beaters and racists in the Hall of Fame. We can let a few juicers in.
First of all, I think you're both wrong. There's never been any proof that he used anything. Am I correct about that?
Yes, you're correct.
Because I don't think he would have gotten in at all. He was just in the era. And then, of course, they let Junior in because everyone knows he didn't juice because he got fat. And his numbers got worse as he got older. He's the only person of his era who's aged appropriately.
Look, Piazza doesn't belong in the Hall.
He's the best offensive catcher of all time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, because he had fucking help. That's why.
What do you mean? No, he didn't have help.
Chris, weren't you a Mets fan?
The Mets are shit.
Let me tell you something. This is a very weird thing about Piazza because I basically have followed his career since about high school. Is the first time I heard about him because I am one of those, and it's almost embarrassing to say, but if anybody was born within a 50-mile radius of me, I tend to root for them. So I had read stories about his dad. I remember this, that he had a batting cage and a batting machine in his backyard, where I believe the only other people did that was Charlie Sheen and his family. You know what I mean? It was like very rare to have that. And his dad had always promoted him, pushed him. He wasn't even supposed to make it to the majors. I've always been a Tommy Lasorda fan, and living in Florida. When you go around years ago, everybody's stuff is really updated, but when you would go to Vero Beach, Dodger Town would be really extra beautiful. Yeah. And you might be able to just see Sandy Koufax. So those were always exciting. But I also always had a Tommy Lasorda thing because I always like to do positive heckles and yell out things that are like really great. But with Tommy Lasorda, we would stand close to him and we would just keep saying like great things about Tommy Lasorda when he was like 3 feet away and watch him smile. And we'd be like this, you know, he'd be standing up against a cage and we'd be just standing like 3 feet behind him going like this. Man, Tommy looks great this year, doesn't he? He's lost some weight. He's tanned. That man is baseball. You know what? Baseball is Tommy, and Tommy is baseball. And you would just watch him grin as he thinks he's overhearing people. He just loved, and he's so funny. Tommy's so funny. So, of course, Tommy is the one who got Piazza into baseball, paid off in spades for everybody. The Dodgers before the Mets, great career, belongs in the Hall of Fame.
He should go, if they're letting this fucking guy in, he should go in as a Dodger, because that's where he started his goddamn career.
It's up to you what you want to go in as.
I hope he goes in as a Dodger then, just to fucking put one more spike into the goddamn hearts of Mets fans
just
everywhere.
let Vito tell the actual truth of this.
You don't get to choose anymore because I think when David Wynn was taking bribes on like who he was going to go in
Boggs
as.
did too.
Yeah, when
Boggs acted like I'm going to get in as a Tampa guy, and he was there for a year, but they gave him like $300,000.
After that, they took the power away from the player.
So what's he going in as?
We don't know yet. There's this year has two big debates.
Yeah.
Is Piazza going to go in as a Met, and is Griffey going to have his hat backwards on his plaque?
Oh, that's good. Now, why did he wear the hat backwards? There was a reason for it, right?
I thought it was just because it was fly.
I know, but now they're saying, I don't know, it represented something. Someone can look it up. But Griffey, too, played for two cities. To me, Seattle is where he belongs. Oh, yeah. Actually played for more than two, but too long with a couple. But I don't know. See, you're looking up to see if there's a reason he put the hat on backwards.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now.
He broke the record for highest percentage vote on the first ballot, and he took it from Tom Seaver.
Yeah, which is ridiculous anyway. All that stuff. I mean, first of all, there's actually people angry today that he didn't get 100%, but stop it.
Only 3 people didn't vote for him.
It's pretty ridiculous that those 3 guys get the vote. And a lot of times they go, I'm not going to vote for him because, Babe Ruth didn't go in with 100% or Lou Gehrig didn't go in.
How many people is it that vote?
It's just, it's how many altogether, but.
I think it's around 400.
Yeah, it's sports writers doing it. But there's certain people, like anybody who didn't vote for Seaver.
Tom Seaver missed by 5 votes, 100%. 3 of those people didn't send in a vote in protest because that was the year Pete Rose would have been eligible. One of them was in a hospital bed sick and accidentally left Seaver off. And the 5th person was one of those old school guys who didn't believe on voting somebody on the first ballot.
Yeah, baseball is different, but I will say this, because people complain about it. It's the only Hall of Fame with any kind of purity. When you see only 2 guys go in.
It's great.
In a year. And, I'm going to say when this stuff like football where it just seems like you have to watch all day, and then fucking the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I don't even think people know who's in the Basketball Hall of Fame.
There's a Basketball Hall of Fame?
Thank you.
The NFL Hall of Fame, I feel like you just had to play 3 or more seasons. And they're like, you had a great career. You can come
Let's see. What, 4 seasons? Here's your stamp. I always laugh like when someone doesn't get in on the first vote in football, because like Strahan was pretty sure he was going to, And then the next year, yeah, it's like, well, it's still a nice thing. But we're like, yeah, but not really.
No, that one's so watered down, you got to get first ballot. Also, it looks like Griffey just wore it for style, is what I'm reading.
Yeah, but somebody told me that there was a it was on TV today. They didn't tell me, but my TV was telling me. But I will say this. Piazza, of course, is great friends with my friend Eddie Trunk. Piazza is this metal guy and loves metal. And he invited Eddie down to spring training to be with the team and all. And the Mets did not have a hat big enough for Eddie to wear. He has an enormous Easter Island head.
I know the pain.
I made sure that we tweeted out, we got to get a triple XL hat for Eddie Trunk so he could go to the Hall of Fame. I'm sure he'll be there that day. That's how close he and Piazza are.
All right, so this is his reason. This is Ken Griffey's reasoning for the backwards hat. My dad had a fro and I didn't, so I wore his hat and it always hit me in the face, so I just turned it around and it just stuck.
That's beautiful. That's just beautiful.
That's cute.
Yeah. That's,
Remember when they hit back-to-back home runs? And it was like the most beautiful thing ever?
Daniel wrote this, said Pudge Rodriguez is the best defensive and offensive catcher on time. Vito, you New York-centric jackass. I'll tell you something else that's New York-centric is that fucking Baseball Hall of Fame. It's in Cooperstown.
That's right.
And it's just stuffed full of Yankees.
Rich history.
I would be ready to debate who the best offensive catcher is of all time.
Because you're not saying defensive.
No, I would never say defensive.
Yeah, please.
That's not a stat I care about, to be honest.
It's sad.
Well, you should care about all the stats.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sitting there and I'm going, "Hey, that was a great blocked ball on that one, Mike."
All right, Bunny Kick Butt just gave us this kind of sad spy report.
Spy report.
Boy, I wish we had that thing back. Pat Harrington of TV's One Day at a Time died at age 86.
Oh, no.
Will be buried with his keys. What a butt says, does it make you a drunk to wake up all bloody? Hell no. It makes you Chris.
Or on your period.
That's disgusting. You always go for the crude.
I'm trying to break myself of that habit.
Are you? You're not doing a very good
you're
job.
doing an awful job of it. Thank you, Gail.
It's still early in January.
There was I think there was another big controversial thing by, what's her name? Is it Wendy Williams?
Wendy Williams.
What
yeah.
happened to Wendy O. Williams? The kind of
Sure.
punk. I don't know if you would even call her punk. But what exactly happened on her show?
So Wendy Williams had Alyssa Milano on the other day as a guest.
Yeah.
The lovely Alyssa Milano.
Everybody loves her.
Everyone loves her. Everyone had a crush on her. So she was on Wendy Williams' show. And if you remember, it started like a couple months ago, maybe more. Alyssa Milano started to put pictures of her on her Instagram and stuff like that, of her breastfeeding her baby.
Mm-hmm.
And that caused controversy for, whatever reasons unknown.
Well, first of all, you're following someone's Instagram. You're going out of your way to be insulted.
Right.
Anyway.
You don't have to follow Alyssa Milano's Instagram.
Anyone. It's like going to a porn site and like, this is disgusting.
I'll tell you right now, I adore Alyssa Milano. I don't follow her on Instagram.
I don't think I follow
it doesn't interest
too
me.
many people on Instagram.
But, because there's also been controversy in general with breastfeeding on social media, like, Facebook went through a thing where they were deleting them. Instagram will delete them. So anyway, Alyssa Milano goes on Wendy Williams' show, and Wendy Williams brings up her controversy with breastfeeding, and she feels the need to say to her, just so you know, I'm one of the people who has a problem with it.
Girl, girl,
let me tell you. And she actually says, so Alyssa Milano's like, what is it? Just, explain it. And she's like, I don't need to see that. Is what her feelings is. I don't need to see that. It's offensive to her. I just sit there, have your guest there. I don't even understand. You didn't have to have her on.
All right,
it almost just seemed like a lecture.
All right, I'm reading some of this. on the iBang, and she actually at one point told her to feed her kid in the car.
Yeah.
Go to the car.
Well, the question, okay, so she kind of posed the question, like, would you want to eat under a blanket? Like, would you want to eat under a hot blanket? But she kind of misunderstood. She's like, what would you do? And she thought, like, if you had to breastfeed, she's like, take her to the car. She's like, wait,
like
you
in
would...
high school, if somebody wanted to suck your tits.
Yeah, like, like, why? Like, she was like, and Elizabeth Milano's face, she was like, take her to the car? You want me to take my baby to the car? And she actually went on to say, I see them as fun bags. Elizabeth Milano has to say, yeah, that's you.
They're not.
But they're not. That's great.
From a biological point of view, they're not fun bags.
No, that is not their purpose.
Yeah.
They were not built for fun.
Yeah.
If you find them fun,
right,
go ahead. Find them fun. There's a lot of things we all find fun, but they also have another purpose.
Yeah, we're not saying that you can't lick them and put a penis there. Yeah. What we are saying is the reason for breast and milk is to feed babies. And this comes up in New York with somebody I saw someone breastfeeding on a train. It's easy enough not to fucking look.
Yeah. I've had this conversation so many times with men and women, by the way.
First of all, I'm not surprised that it's with men because men generally only know breasts one way. But women, that's really...
It's crazy. It's so insane that I've like had to have this conversation with men that they're just like, I can't not look. And I'm like, okay. Like,
I just heard, yeah.
Wait.
Are you one of those people?
I don't find it offensive. It's just distracting because I don't want to stare, but I end up like keep glancing over and kind of, I come off like a fucking creep is what I'm fucking saying.
So you're the problem. You're the problem. Not the breast, not the baby.
Can't control myself is the problem.
Here's the thing. If you want to see fucking tits that will distract you, it's Wendy Williams' tits. No matter what she's doing, those giant tits are going off on their own.
There's also a moment where she says, you know, she puts up one of the photos of her breastfeeding. And she's like, this isn't even one of the more revealing ones. There's even more revealing photos of the actual breast of the baby breastfeeding. So the breast was mostly obscured by the baby's head, but then goes on to put a picture of Miley Cyrus with just her nipples covered. And Elizabeth Milano was like, why is it that you're more comfortable seeing that? She's like, I just am. I'd rather see that. Then she puts up a picture of Coco. What's his name? His wife. Ice-T's wife, Coco.
Right. Coco T.
I have no problem with this. But why? Like, it'd be one thing if like breasts in general offend me.
Right.
She's like, I don't want to see anyone's breast. She's like, I want to see that. I want to see Miley Cyrus's.
Yeah, then go to Miley Cyrus's site. She'll put up plenty of them. But the fucking thing is, Alyssa Milano put these pictures up because she interacts with other young mothers who breastfeed, and there's information that needs to be transferred back and forth with young mothers as they go, oh, do you ever have a problem with this? No one needs to go there and get involved in that.
Right. Or I like the idea, and I've heard people saying this, that they feel like they're just like being showy or bragging.
Yeah.
Like you just are using that as like an excuse to take your titty out. Like,
really, the fact is a lot of young mothers are never thinking about sex. It's what freaks men out. But all this is up on the iBang if you want to see the interaction. But Wendy Williams couldn't, in my opinion, come off crazier. But that's because I've always been around, babies since I was a kid.
Right.
And the baby has to eat is the way, the sensible way to look at that. Kevin, go ahead.
Hey, Ronnie B. You were wondering what Wendy Williams is doing? Not doing anything. She's been dead like 10, 15 years.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Now I have to have a funeral. What was the name of that band, that weird band?
What's that?
What was the name of her weird band?
It was
I can't hear you.
Plasmatics?
The Plasmatics. That's it. They would do a thing like fucking crash your car. They would do everything except for make music. She would be fucking sawing shit.
My stage show.
Yeah. And it would always be the thing with her was one of the people who put electrical tape over her tits.
That's always
And then
sexy.
she had a mohawk.
somebody should send this to Wendy Williams and say, why judge Alyssa Milano? Look, here you
Look
are.
what you used to do.
That's not me. I would never do that. It's a good look, the electrical tape.
Oh, love it.
David, Florida.
Hey there. I was wondering, did you get a chance to see the new episode of Black Mirror that came out? I remember you recommended it.
You know what? It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
This is a problem in life that I have. I have Netflix, and it never once occurs to me to go to Netflix.
Really?
Every time I put the thing on, I'll go, oh, Madden, and I'll just start playing Madden and forgot about the Netflix. So I got to do it. I saw Ricky Gervais's new movie is going to be released directly to Netflix.
Right.
And then they just announced today the most watched Netflix film of all time, the most downloaded, Adam Sandler's new movie that he did for them. That, remember, it was controversial.
The Ridiculous Six.
And then it made everybody's worst of list.
Rotten Tomatoes put it 0%. He can't be stopped. This is ridiculous, man. I don't know how. I don't even remember seeing like ads for it or whatever. I mean, it
shocks me
because it's on Netflix. You don't get ads for it. See, this is the problem where you're already coming off as old. It doesn't roll out like a movie. It goes directly to Netflix. And what surprises me, and I'm sure that the financial deal is fine, but here's Adam, who's made movies for years. You make the movie, you have a premiere, it goes out. Oh, how's the first weekend? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, now it's time for the DVD, and then it's going to on demand and on HBO. This is the way we thought movies worked. Anywhere from the beginning of film all the way up through the 80s when you would have DVDs and VHS. For all of that. There's Emily Rossum just walked by. She's so stunningly beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
She's engaged now, though, Chris. So sorry.
Shit.
But to go directly to, in my opinion, which is still a computer, even though it shows up on your TV, it just seems weird to me. It feels lesser than, even though I'm sure I'm wrong.
I feel like I have the opposite, where if I forget that it's an option just to turn on my TV and click around and just see what's on.
You're that Netflixy.
Yeah, I do Netflix and then whatever the
HBO
Go, and then you have Prime.
Do you skip all the stuff Prime on your? You don't rent HBO at your house and all that?
No, I have it, but we have I don't know. I don't deal with that stuff, but we have the HBO Go.
So yours is just magic.
Yeah,
is what you're saying. So you don't know how it works. I forget that it even happens because I'll go to on demand before anything.
Right,
like an idiot, like an old school idiot.
You're like this.
But the point is, forgetting all that, doesn't it feel lesser then for a movie to be opening on Netflix?
It doesn't
first?
feel like a movie. Like,
yeah.
Now, they'll even say like TV shows are on Netflix, but that's not a TV show because it's not airing on a TV network. Or when shit,
and they're going to have 50 next year.
Yeah.
Netflix is going to put out 50 new TV shows.
That's crazy.
Which are bypassing everything. By the way, I watched the first episode of the new season, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And it may have been the funniest episode yet. They're 10 years in, and I was laughing like a little kid. One of the things was they were playing this nutty game that they made up, and you had to go in a different accent, whatever accent, you had to start using it. And a Philly accent came up. So he starts doing a Philly accent, which they've never done in 10 years. So they're making fun of the Philly accent, even though they haven't used it in 10 fucking years. Because that was one of the things that bugged me. I'm like, why wouldn't they just do the accent? It would make the show even funnier. And I was right. But I'm still TV first. I'm like, oh, the new season's starting. Well, Emmy Rossum just walked by, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for her show to start. There's already 2 on the HBO on demand, but I don't go to it yet because I don't want to ruin my stupid Sunday night viewing.
Right.
I would rather, instead of watch it now, I want to go, no, I want to wait so I have something to do on a Sunday night.
Right.
I'm like a crazy old man taking a mule to town.
See, I just had, this is my experience. So I just binge watched Game of Thrones over the break.
Yeah.
and I'm all completely caught up, and now I feel terrible. Like, I just feel
you
like
ate too much Game of Thrones?
yeah, we're like that. I'm going to have to wait, like, even once it starts,
Like
which
a
is in
moron?
April, and then I'll just have to wait, like, once a week, like an idiot. I was in control of everything.
I
Why
know.
couldn't I have just paced it out a little better? So
But
at
I'm going to
least
say something different, though. Because I just, about last year, sometime, I binge watched the entire We're Meth Heads in fucking New Mexico show.
Right.
And I know I probably missed things because I would watch 4 in a row and then go out to dinner and come back and watch 3 more.
Just rip
You
through
know?
'em.
And I'm like, why are they repeating shit from an hour ago? We know. But I feel like if I would have had the thing where I would have had the time to, say to my friends, holy shit, did you see that last night? I wonder what's going to happen. I mean, I'm not saying one is better or worse. It's just a completely different experience.
right, especially when you have time when you're left at the edge of something, a story isn't completed at the end of an episode. You have a whole week to have theories about where you think it's going to go, or
But see, here's the thing. Back when TV started, right, and Milton Berle started to do his TV show, his friends were like, poor Milton, he's all washed up. He's, not doing big theaters or fucking movies anymore. He's doing this, they call it TV, and it's this little small box that goes in your house. You really feel like he's at the bottom of everything in life. And now it's all he's remembered for.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that people know about him is that TV show. But I get why they said that back then. I get why they said, people used to dress up to see him and go out to the theater and have dinner first. And now they sit in their living rooms and watch this tiny black box.
and the way we feel about kind of, when we say social media takes away the kind of mystery of
Life.
what's, yeah, exactly. They probably felt the same way, like, oh, they're just in your home, like, it wasn't
Right, like it's
exciting,
nothing.
it wasn't an event.
So you're coming into their house like a fucking neighbor rather than like a big star, bigger than life star. But that's the changes in life. Sandler obviously did. I remember when he announced the deal, I'm like, that sounds stupid. When it came out, I didn't say it, I hadn't. He was right.
Yeah.
He's very fucking smart as far as him being able to brand himself and get things, and please his audience. He's never gotten, too much critical love. But that's always that thing. Would you rather be a guy who has critical respect? And that doesn't mean a bunch of egghead critics, but people who care about the art form, your peers, people that study the art form. Would you rather be the kind of director who is talked about in film schools, or would you rather be Michael Bay? Your fucking films are huge, but your peers more or less think that you're a hack. I'm going to go to Joey Jojo for this, because I'm not going to be able, I don't know. I see him as an everyman. You know what I mean?
I like to think of myself as one.
I mean, you wear that weird JCPenney shirt with the mist-colored. Do you think that he's going to go for critical love, a career like Woody Allen, or the guy, getting the mass appeal?
I call him Bruckheimer Bay. That's what I call him. He's going mass appeal.
What do you think?
I think that he would go critically acclaimed.
Interesting. You believe in him. Joey Jojo. What?
I would love to be talked about in film schools for years.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you would
really?
pick that.
I would pick that, like, oh, this guy really innovated film in this
Right.
way, and he was the first to do this with this angle or whatever. I would love to be that guy, because then my legacy would live on more than, like, who's going to remember Michael Bay in 25 years, I guess.
I guess people who study the business of show business,
Right.
not the art side. What do you, Chris? What about for you? And saying this, you'll never achieve either.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
you don't have the respect of your peers. You're paid like shit. And any money that gets into your hand is gone.
That being said,
Yeah.
give me the Michael Bay lifestyle.
But you would seriously, even if you had Michael Bay money, you hit the Powerball this weekend.
Yeah.
You're bumming money off your friends by Christmas.
Guys, it's all gone. I don't know what happened.
Gail, I don't think I have to guess with you. I think you're straight up. Give me the critical love.
Yeah, I think
Respect to your peers.
I think that is much more long lasting. I don't know. I think that's it'll fill you up more.
But what do you think about people who do that kind of work early in their career, and then the latter part of their work looks like a money grab? And I'm going to say that about Robert De Niro,
Right.
Al Pacino, and maybe even. No, I'm not going to say it out loud.
No. Who?
I'm not going to say it.
Write it down.
Please.
Well, write it down for me, Albert Brooks.
Oh my
For me, I love his films so much, and then just see him in a small part playing a gangster or a talking fish. I mean, I looked at Albert Brooks like he was, wow, look at the big stars walking by. Your Sam Waterston just walked by, and the guy from Oh Brother Where Art Thou, the one who's a playwright in real life. One of the three.
Yeah. I know. I'm just trying to think of his name. I know exactly who you're talking about, but I can't.
By the
think
way,
of his
Sam Waterston's hair is amazing.
name. Yeah, it looked great.
Tim Blake Nelson.
That's him. He's fucking
Yeah.
great. What are they doing? I mean, I know they're going to EW, but
Yeah.
what do they got out now?
Let me look.
I'm going to tell you a Sam Waterston story. Gather around, everybody. Okay. It's a really good story. So I go to see him in a Broadway play before it gets to Broadway. I see him in Wilmington, Delaware at the theater at the Hotel DuPont because his co-star was Gilda Radner. And I just sat there. I got tickets in the second row and just sat and stared at Gilda Radner. Basically, it was just the two of them on stage. I can barely remember the plot. I knew it took place at a beach house in the Hamptons or something. But all I did was stare at Gilda Radner for 2 hours.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. And here's the funny part. When it was over, I leapt to my feet. And I was the only person in the theater who did that. Fucking treated it like a rock show. Yes! Fucking unbelievable! And like literally I was like, hey, I'm kind of standing by myself now.
That's awesome. There's a film out, Anesthesia.
Anesthesia?
Anesthesia.
What the fuck's that about? You ever notice now that films go straight on demand that you like still in theaters and you've never even heard of it? No, have big stars in it.
Yeah. All the time. It happens to me
Constantly. What's it about, Chris?
It's about
a guy who's going to have an operation.
It's a drama set in New York City.
That's where I live.
Telling an ensemble story of how a tragedy connects a number of people involved around the
That
city.
sounds terrible.
Yeah.
I don't like sadness.
I don't like sadness connecting people.
What's the comic relief in it?
Yeah.
Is there a funny part?
Does somebody fall ass first into a pie?
Oh my God.
Kristen Stewart's in it. She might provide the comic relief.
Yeah, I don't know when she's ever.
Glenn Close is in it also, and Gretchen Mol.
Love everybody in this. Oh, I'm not hearing a lot about it.
You know, if it's not out yet.
Do. You know the when Chris said we never heard anything about this movie, like he didn't see any advertisements for it. Netflix goes in a different direction, and there's going to be a story on this on the iBang next week. And quite frankly, I don't understand it, but there's some kind of algorithms that they've set up so they know if you like these kind of comedies, they're going to let you know what is coming or what just came out that would suit your personality.
Holy shit.
So they don't want to mass and bother, you know what I mean? Like, let's say this Anesthesia. If they know that I get queasy about tragedies and I don't want to be bummed out, they'll get that out of their way and they'll give me, the fucking new Slappy White film that I could sit and laugh and take my shoes off and throw them at the TV.
Yeah, because Because I actually was just thinking about this the other day because I remember when I first got Netflix. Remember, you used to kind of rate movies with like little hearts or something, or stars.
Star things.
But there was like a ranking system too. Like you could give them like 4 or 5 stars.
Everybody would then be able to look at it.
And I knew that was something that they said, and we can suggest movies and different things. But I remember I stopped doing that because I started off being like, yeah, okay, let me just put in some movies I like and rank them. But now I think they're just going off of what you tend to watch and what you tend to click.
They don't bother you with it because they see what you do. Right. Now, the downside of that is it means you never get any new experiences as a person.
Right.
It would just be like, let's suppose that happened with foods. And like they would just say, oh, Chris Stanley, he likes hand foods. We'll just keep giving him hand foods.
Thank you.
But then he could be a person that has never been introduced to sushi, you know what I mean? Because it takes 2 little sticks to pick up. Crazy. So that could be true in the world of arts. Now, if you're saying, oh, I'll go out and just, do different things, they'll treat you that way. They'll be like, oh, look at Joey Jojo. He's kind of, daring and will try different type of things. So they'll set that up. I did watch, I don't know whether I saw it on Netflix or on demand. I might have saw it on demand, but it was a fucking great documentary called Best of Enemies.
Best of Enemies? What was that?
Highly recommend it. It was Gore Vidal.
Oh, right.
And what's the name of the right-wing guy that he used to debate? This was back in like 1968. The guy who did the National Review. Chris, just read the name. It's sitting there right in front of you.
Best of Enemies. It's Morgan Neville. No, not Morgan Neville. It's insane.
What are you talking about, Morgan Neville?
He directed it.
Well,
Buckley. William
F. Buckley. So it was like the first time in history that you had somebody from the right, debating someone from the left. And what's funny is both these guys were like so kind of smart and more or less well behaved with their manners that to us now it would look like 2 English chaps doing it. Right. You know what I mean? And they would go, well, Mr. Buckley makes a mistake here because what Mr. Vidal doesn't point out to you, and they would go back and forth. But it would be so much smarter, and their quips were just fucking so brilliant and sharp that you see like the screaming culture that we have now is idiotic. And yet you could probably trace it back to that started it. You know what I mean? That thing where not only I'm going to say I disagree with you, but here's a personal thing about you, you're gay. You know what I mean? Those, that probably started where we are now. It's like if you go back and look at the first time that we started to put film critics debating on TV with Siskel and Ebert. You look back at them, and there were 2 guys who liked movies, and they were only going to do the debate for a minute before they moved on. But it is that place that film criticism fell to the kind of shit that we have now.
Right.
You could really go back and go, well, this is why if something has a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes, you really can't even trust that. It doesn't mean shit now because they're just saying, well, there's a lot of people who goes, well, it worked good for what it tried to do, which is ridiculous. Could you imagine if you fucking said a football team that way, well, for the fact that they weren't really trying to win, I give them a thumbs up.
They ran the ball.
Now, Gore Vidal was kind of known for having a lot of feuds, though, right? Like that was his personality. He fought with Capote about things and Mailer.
But that was literary stuff, and that's how those guys would be known in those days, in the same way that rappers would bring heat to themselves in the 90s by
saying someone stinks.
If Kanye puts in a song that somebody else is terrible, Kanye gets a lot of press for that. Donald Trump does it very well, where he'll call someone stupid and ignorant and fat, and then even the people that are mad at him remember the name Donald Trump over and over. Joey Jojo does that with his pea cup humor.
Don't pee in cups. Stupid.
I noticed that you haven't had any songs lately.
I'm gonna have a really good song
Monday,
coming out.
Gary Goldman is coming in.
Yeah.
You got a song for
Perfect.
Gary?
Yeah, I can do, instead of Go Now by the Moody Blues, I can do Goldman!
I just fucking heard that.
Goldman!
That's the problem with you. You just heard something 45 minutes ago.
What the fuck?
I will say this, though, works.
Yeah.
Gary Goldman! We've already seen.
He's
Boom,
original.
boom. Yeah, he is. It does work, Chris. I understand why you're mad.
Yeah.
I understand the laziness of it.
Yeah,
But it doesn't take away from the brilliance.
But put some work in. That's idea number one. That just came out, right? But let's fucking go to the drawing
What would you
board.
do with him? Because I got one right now.
What's that?
Oz never did give nothing to the Goldman that he didn't already have.
Write this down.
But then I think that's the only time that comes up in the song.
Just do that twice. then.
All right.
Just make it really short.
How about this? I am the Goldman. Woo! I am the Goldman. Woo! Gary Goldman. Goo 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 goo. What the fuck were they doing then? What kind of acid was going around?
The best, I guess, for all that crazy fucking gibberish.
You're right. It was the best acid.
Who's the fucking walrus? And
Yeah.
there's a man. Was an
You know
egg.
what? See, here's the thing. It's one thing to talk that way. It's another thing for the other guys in the band to be like, yeah, this is fucking great.
We're all the same page.
All right, let me see. Do it again, and I'm going to pick up the keyboards from here. So I think we're on to something. But you know what I like? I like a parody song that doesn't even come close to There's a Reason Why. Come on, baby, light my Goldman. Gary Goldman. I can't believe how lazy you are just to pick up something that was on this show 45 minutes ago.
Okay, here's my thought. Go man, take a look at my life.
I like you.
I like that.
That's really good.
That's a good one. I'm gonna do that.
Not like my Goldman.
Come on, baby, light my Goldman.
I might do a my Goldman.
Turn this up, Chris. You
won't regret it.
Yeah. Now here's the thing about that. It's always funny to me to see their faces when they come in and they're like, "That fucking song's about me."
Because at first they're just so focused on like getting through the door,
Yeah.
saying their greetings, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Wait, what did he say?"
One time, and this is many years ago when I worked in Florida, we had a parody guy named Fast Eddie, and I was doing a phoner. I can't even remember why, but with the old football player Deacon Jones, who invented the head slap.
Cool.
And I don't know why he was phoning radio stations. It
had
must have been
something.
some commercial tie-in, right? But we did a parody of Deacon Blues to Deacon Jones, right? And he's like, we put him on the phone, and he's an old man at the time, right? And he's like, "What is that song, man? That's amazing. Can you send me a copy of that? Is this being played in Florida?" And we're like, "Yeah,
All the
it's
time.
fucking climbing the charts, dude."
You're climbing the charts. That's you.
Because he had never heard Deacon Blues before.
That's fucking great.
All right, Nick Fav says this. Pretty cool. Listening to the Bennington show in Hotel DuPont, and Ronnie B just mentions the place in a story.
Oh, weird.
Hotel DuPont is one of those beautiful old hotels that you could never build today. You could never, afford to build it. And the DuPont family, of course, so do interiors for it, like the inside of it. It would be like, it's Wilmington's answer to the Plaza, I think, is what you'd have to say. But look at the
Wow.
old drapes and stuff in
Yeah.
the dining room.
Fucking old school.
Yeah, it's way, way old school.
It's almost Victorian.
Early American for sure.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, and like you just always want to say to yourself, don't go updating that shit. You know what I mean? Like you're always worried that somebody's going to come in
And remodel the entire thing.
See that room that you're in there? It could have been called the prom room because any upscale prom was done there. Any upscale, local wedding was done there. All right, Will wrote this in. What about doing Enter Goldman by Metallica?
Anna Goldman.
That's terrible.
Gary Goldman.
There's a piece up on the iBang today about the greatest director cameos in film history. Some of those, of course, you always know Hitchcock, and I've seen Spielberg do it before, but there's a couple in there that I didn't even know at all. And I don't know if I would say Kevin Smith is a cameo. He's an actor.
He's a character in the film.
Yeah.
He's
like
a
Woody
full-on-
Allen isn't doing a cameo in his films, even if he's only going to day play it,
Right.
Is Tarantino a cameo in Pulp Fiction when he's a character with a name?
They claim yes, but I think that he's an actor in his film.
Right.
A cameo is what, one scene? Maybe two?
Well, if you look at Hitchcock, he doesn't say anything. He's in the background, and everybody would go, "Oh, Hitchcock."
There he is.
But some of these, I didn't know Hal Ashby was in any of his. Of course, the Scorsese ones,
Right.
and he played it more like a working actor. And you remember, like when Francis Ford Coppola shows up in Apocalypse Now, which was great because he was playing a director.
Right.
John Hughes did an actual cameo there. But Terry Gilliam is a cameo.
I don't think I knew that was John Hughes in the car.
I didn't at the time. I didn't know George Lucas was in it. I never paid any attention to the Peter Jacksons. Roman Polanski to me was an actor, not a cameo.
Right. Yeah. That was a pretty significant
Now, I did not know Kubrick was in that.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
And Eyes Wide Shut.
He's in the background at the bar, sitting at a table.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It's not even lit very well, so it would be hard to catch it,
That's really cool. I never fucking seen that.
The David Lynches are odd, too.
What? David Lynch was in Dune? I love that movie. He doesn't.
Who's he?
David Lynch. He wanted his name taken off.
I thought all humans when you said he.
I know that was Cronenberg.
Favreau is an actual actor. I
Yeah.
don't consider that a cameo. We said about Kevin Smith, he's a character in
Long
his
monologues.
films. The Michael Bay, wasn't, but there's that Coppola thing where it's just great because he's directing. It's so psycho of him. Keep moving. Don't look at the camera. He's yelling. It's so fucking crazy.
It's really weird.
Yeah.
Oliver, I guess that's a cameo.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Stone would always do those little things, and then M. Night Shyamalan, he sticks out like a sore thumb because
he's not really
of the same nationality of anyone in any of the scenes.
What are you doing, Shyamalan? Come on.
Yeah, he always does usually just at least one this one was a long one.
Yeah.
Where he has like a long monologue and a pretty significant moment.
He was pretty creepy and Unbreakable, I remember.
No, the Wes Craven one there, that's just all done silly. It's kind of fun. But it does take you out of the movie. Even like when you're watching Hitchcock, you're watching the scary movie and then everybody in the room yells, "There's Hitchcock." And
Found
you're like,
him.
"Oh."
That's not so scary.
Yeah, he was like, "Where's Waldo?" He literally, people would go to his movies and wait. And then they would all laugh during that scene.
Come on, Hitchcock.
Wait, you're angry? You're on the other side? What are you doing?
Oh, you liked him.
Eli Roth, that's not really a cameo.
It was like it was a small scene though.
The Todd Phillips, it's more than a cameo because he'll go for that big over-the-top annoying guy.
Weird
And
guy.
he's like that same character in all his movies. He shows up.
I think it's him.
His
But
own personality.
I always laugh hard at those scenes. He always cracks me up.
It's the best character.
Now you've jumped on that side. He's the best character.
Yeah, the Richard, that's a great scene.
Well,
the
here,
Richard
let's stop
Link-
it there at Richard Linklater, because at that thing, you didn't know anyone in that first movie.
Right.
You know?
Who would even know that would be?
Yeah.
And it
Anybody.
opens with him, right? Isn't
Yeah.
it not the first scene is
Which
that
is
character?
always amazing that he opened, and that, Reservoir Dogs opens with Tarantino talking, and the scene is black. And for both those guys that you think, oh, this is our introduction to that director, that's why the 90s are fucking unbelievable. I wish we could do a GPS on 90s cinema and just have to be forced.
Now let's sit back and enjoy.
It's because it's one of the reasons why we love doing GPS, because we're forced to listen to all this music and then try to surprise each other with it. Have you heard of this band before? They're really fucking great. You just take credit for it. Gail's always looking for wacky girl groups to fit in every one of them.
No.
Look, these are the Shiznits, and they were only together for 4 months. But they're unbelievable. And then you hear that shit, and it's like, yeah, this is pretty fucking cool.
What happened to them?
Met a guy. See, David Wayne is a comedic actor, so it doesn't take me out of the film at all when he shows up, because he pushes it along. Richard Donner, I wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee is an actual actor.
Yeah, he acts. It's a significant role, usually.
And then there's Quentin, that, always puts himself into it. I have to admit, the Aussie accent got to me.
Wasn't his best work.
But I did laugh when he blew up. So that's up on the iBank today. It's a lot of fun to fool around with.
What would you say Quentin's best character is that he plays? Would you say it's...
And he was amazing in Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
But remember that film that he was... I can't think of the name of it. It was a little independent film, and he didn't direct it. But he was in that scene, and he was talking why Top Gun was the greatest gay scene of all time. He's fucking unbelievable in it. And this actually just happened at a party, and they're like, we got to fucking film this, Quentin.
Yeah, also not his, but what he directed, but I loved him in From Dusk Till Dawn.
He was amazing in that.
He was really good.
Yeah, that was fucking great.
Richie.
Biggest fucking Mexican.
He was so scary, too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, just staring at Lewis.
So I guess this movie's not doing well, huh?
No, it's not. It came out against Star Wars.
It should have beat Star Wars. Easy.
Definitely.
Easy.
It's better.
Star Wars, they said, just became the biggest movie in the United States history, but they don't know if it'll be the biggest in the world history. Which, like James Cameron fucking film, I can't even remember the name of it.
Avatar
now. Has left like zero cultural fucking footprint for being the biggest film in the history of the world. No one quotes it. No one brings it up. No one ever says, oh, this is like an Avatar thing.
There's nothing to it. People just freaked out because it was 3D and it was fucking CGI. That's it.
And even for anyone who thought it was beautiful, that doesn't even get referenced that much. You don't see the clips of it anywhere.
I remember before it came out, they said, look, this is going to be less like a movie and more like a dream. And then they would be like, prepare yourself when you go to this movie that you don't fall into some kind of psychological trap where you forget that you're a human being. And I was like, fuck, this is going to be fucking weird. You know what I mean? It was like a friend talking to you about acid before you did it. You're just like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. It's up on the iBank now, that woman with the virtual reality glasses freaking out. And it was like an old grandma. Have you guys ever even done that? Because this has been going on for at least both of yours entire life.
Yes.
That they've been telling us virtual reality is coming.
I remember the Fox TV show VR that I would watch about a woman who would solve crimes in virtual reality. And I was like, this is going to be the greatest thing ever. But now they have this thing called Oculus Rift that I believe Facebook
is
bought.
Finally good.
They say I haven't done it. But you can they have expos on it. It's like you can just put the fucking headset on They say it's amazing.
Well, hold on. What do you mean expos?
Or like demos. They have like demonstrations.
Well, why is that a demonstration and not the actual thing? Now, she's acting like she's in dinosaur land.
Yeah.
And are you saying this isn't it?
Oh, no, this is it.
But it's not that expensive, right?
I believe it's like fucking $600 or something for the headset.
And what do you view on it? Like, or what do you
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. I saw people freaking out on a roller coaster when they think they're on. Some like Russian guy had it on. He was like freaking out because he thought he was on a roller coaster.
I turn this up.
Yeah.
Okay. Now open your eyes.
Wait a minute. My nose hurts.
Okay,
Open my eyes.
Yeah, open your eyes. Okay, now, Mom, when you turn your head, it's like you're there.
I'm where? I don't know what I look. I've seen dinosaurs.
Yeah, you're in a museum exhibit.
Oh, okay. I thought I was in the kitchen.
Okay,
I thought it was
Mom,
in the kitchen, she said.
360, like you can keep turning and see different parts of it.
Different parts of what?
The museum.
How did you get a museum in this? I just bought
Dinosaur that's right here, right in his face.
Oh my God! Is there more?
If you, as I'm saying,
Oh, let me stand up.
All right, put it on pause for a sec. If this is this fun, I definitely want to go buy one.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know anyone who's used it. I've only seen reaction videos online, but people say this is virtual reality.
I remember like going to Universal and paying just to put it on some weird thing on my head, and they had like a video game. It was never that fun.
It didn't look real. Because I don't think I've ever even done that. Because I remember seeing...
You were too little when we did it.
Yeah.
You had to be an adult person because they were acting like you'd fall and chip your teeth.
In Hackers, the Plague is playing in that thing. It's like a
right,
virtual
and
reality
that goes back a long way.
94 or something.
Now, I remember the first time I ever heard about it. You ever see some guy? He's like a futurist. He's got these crazy long dreads. He's like
I know what you're talking about.
And he was acting like, and we will all be interacting this way. And I caught it like in a time where I wasn't feeling too good. And I'm like, I'm not ready for this fucking future, dude. You know what I mean? And it actually depressed me. That never happened. And then I saw that dude like about a month ago, and he's doing some kind of anti-technology thing.
Yeah, now
he tried to sell his technology for 1 million years.
And now he's against it?
Yeah, now he's acting like we need to get back to the earth or something.
That's this guy.
That's
right?
the dude. What's his name?
Let me find his name. But I know. Yeah, I know exactly. This is the fucking guy. He looks crazy. Must be great to be a futurist.
Yeah.
What does that entail?
Jaron
Exactly.
Lanier or Jaron
Hello?
Lanier.
Yeah.
Kind of steampunky.
What's up? I'm not very happy with your product.
No.
I'm just not very happy with it. I'm pretty sure this will be it. Matter of fact, the next time I talk to you, it'll be through my lawyer, Chris Stanley. Yes, my lawyer, Chris Stanley. I've sent everything to him. Do you think I'm a joke, ma'am? Do you think I'm something you can mock? Do you think I'm just some monkey on a branch? I assure you, you're talking to the wrong person. Well, let me tell you, let me give you a little bit about my background. I played both ways on my high school football team. I was a 60-minute man. In other words, if there was a play going on, I was in it. And now you think you're going to leave me out of this? No. The answer is no. No, you said. Yes, you are sorry, aren't you? This is why you'll spend the rest of your life alone. Oh, you've tried to call me. Can I tell you something? I've traveled the world, ma'am. I've been to 7 different continents. I've dined with kings and queens, and I've feasted on a can of beans. Okay? I've been up, I've been down, I've been over and out, but I'll tell you one more thing. Each time I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up. You know what I'm saying to you, ma'am? I'm saying this is bullshit, lady. And she's got to get back to her people. So anyway, oh yeah, that guy, we got to try to get him on he lives in New York.
All right. I'll fucking go after Jaron.
Wait, did you actually just, all right. Okay, Andy, I'll bring him right in the paper.
Wait, so virtual reality's here thanks to Oculus Rift.
Hold on, Steve in fucking Tampa's got a good point. Steve, what's up?
Well, yeah, I would like to be doing that in Tampa more often, but Brainstorm. Well, real quick, I tried to call earlier.
Chris,
they're ignoring
Chris Walken
on the Hall of Fame because he was a brace of the Summer Porters. But I was talking to your guy about Natalie Wood's last movie.
Yeah, Brainstorm. All about virtual reality. You've never seen this?
I've never seen it.
I haven't either.
Dude, I've seen this movie, and I mean, it's a bad sci-fi movie.
I don't care.
I've probably seen it 100 times.
Good.
Brainstorm,
my friend. Now, Christopher Walken's in it, and he figures out how to get into the storm of the brain.
Okay.
So here's what can happen. I would be able to, you would put this thing on and you would have experiences, and then you'd take it off, and then we would put it on and we'd have the same experiences through your eyes.
Oh, shit.
And it would feel like it was real. So if someone jumped off the Eiffel Tower, parachuted down, then you would just give it to us, and then we would have that same experience. Not see it, but feel it exist.
That sounds nuts.
But this film, Natalie Wood died off the coast of California. Christopher Walken in the boat with her, along with her husband. And there's been rumors, and let's reopen the case for many, many years. So that even makes it more exciting.
Yeah, wasn't it someone recently, like within the last year or two?
Remember her family?
Yeah. Wanted it reopened because they felt like there was a big cover up.
Yeah.
Because everyone on the boat said they didn't hear her go over or something like that.
Right. And that they had been fighting earlier about possibly an affair between two or more of them. I don't know what happened.
You think it's possible they were?
Sounds like a brainstorm.
Everyone took a vow of silence on what happened on that boat.
Well, I'll tell you what, as a man who's been involved in at least 14 vows of silence, the latest to my friend Chris Stanley, who I'm going to tell you there's been a number of people who have tried to get me to talk about it, not the least of which Liz Sets Fire.
Oh.
But I have no trouble taking secrets to my grave. I've got many. Let's just say this. I know where the bodies are buried.
Or do you?
I just don't have that thing I don't ever have an urge to spread rumors. What I like is to know facts.
Right. And imply rumors.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to imply rumors. But the second that you give away a secret, it has no value.
Right. Now it's done.
I like to hoard my secrets. I have secrets in some of the most important people of the 20th century.
Holy shit.
I'll leave it at that.
I'm in good company.
I'm going to just say a couple of things. The Lindbergh baby killed itself.
What? Suicide?
I shouldn't have even said that.
Dump.
That's one of the possibilities. The Lindbergh baby killed itself.
Okay.
Jackie Kennedy was the shooter. And the song is, if you look into Jeannie Needs a Shooter, it's all in those lyrics.
I'm listening to it tonight.
Yeah.
I gotta decipher this thing.
Not that she had hired the shooter, but she, in fact, herself.
Yeah, she was the shooter, and she was trying to get away off the trunk. She was trying to crawl away. And that's when the cover-up started. Also, the 9/11 conspiracy, if you look at it from a couple of places, I'll just leave a hint here, and then you do the rest of the work. It looks as it appears that those planes could have flown out of the building.
Oh, my God.
Backwards.
Okay, that's something I haven't heard yet.
Oh,
you won't hear it.
I feel fucked up right now after hearing that.
You're fucked up because of the pills you take.
That's why you feel that way.
I always knew it was an inside job.
It's actually an outside job. That's why nobody could understand.
Inside to the outside. From inside.
Kirk, what's up?
Hey, back on Brainstorm, the cool badass part about that movie is someone accidentally had the
Spoiler alert!
No,
These young people are going to see this.
Jesus
I'm so
H. Christ.
excited. I just put it in my queue.
Oh, come on, I gotta tell you. It's
No,
come on, bro.
They gotta watch it. Oh,
they have it on when they die.
This is Kirk from Houston. When we get back, and we were all talking about, what a lovely city Houston is. When we get back, we'll play some video of what happens if you leave your cell phone in an Uber in Houston. This is Bennington. Hey, this is the Bennington Show. Gail Bennington, Ron Bennington, Stanley Stan Bennington, Joey Joe Bennington.
Bill Subs.
And Molly Bennington?
Yeah, that's right. Molly Bennington.
What?
Adopted this year.
So I actually try to do that. That's the NPR type of thing that they do. It's always like this when you listen to NPR. The city of Chicago, known for its Great Lakes, its slaughterhouses, and French fried ice cream. There's always like two things we know about Chicago. And then the third one was what?
No, not there.
Join us.
We
to
caught
Chicago.
up with so-and-so.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Well, one time I was on a train, and I'm trying to think of the playwright, Wallace Shawn.
Wally Shawn, yeah.
Yeah. So he's on the train, and then an NPR guy was on the train doing a show about interviewing people on their trains, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was there for that NPR moment of like, Wallace is like, yeah, two guys who know each other on a train. This is very much like one of my plays, Wallace, what brings you on the train today? And I'm like, these guys are getting fucking paid. He's just riding a train, knowing that between New York and Washington, he's going to run into somebody worth interviewing.
Maybe one of the last people I thought I'd see in my commute was Wallace Shawn.
Yeah. And yet, what is it about that there couldn't be anything more relaxing?
It is relaxing.
Yeah.
I think it's the tone of voice sort of repeats itself.
Yeah, they've got one voice going.
Yeah, it's almost like a lull.
For men and women. They all have the same thing.
Yeah.
There's like a slight vocal fry to everyone,
Right.
but it's very slight. It's not too grating.
I've heard comparisons between NPR voice and Carrie Bradshaw on Sex and the City being like, I couldn't help but wonder. I think that's pretty accurate.
It's very gentle.
Yeah, it's gentle and it's nice, but at the same time, we're finding out there's more to life than we ever thought. Maybe
something we didn't expect.
Yeah.
So I get to sit in on the tracking process, as they call it, when the reporter is reading the script, and then you do like a million takes of the same line, and it's so funny to hear the inflection, because let's say the sentence is like, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. They'd be like, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, and then it'll be like, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Like, just a million different versions of the same.
Perfect.
So all of these are good.
Nailed it.
Yeah. But you think you're going to stay with them after graduation?
Yeah, I think so. That's what it's looking like.
Well, I know this. With your new dark hair and your new dark glasses, forget about it.
Yes.
You're on your way.
Very sophisticated.
Yeah.
Dark. NPR likes that.
Do they?
A little edgy.
All right.
They are into kind of turning their image from just like old white women in the car on the way to the farmer's market to more of a diverse listening body. So I fit that bill.
Well, why don't you do something hard hitting like your mom's champagne alcoholism?
Oh yeah, do that.
Champagne alcoholism. Not any kind of bad kind of alcoholism, just a mild champagne alcoholism.
And let's just call it two flutes, but we'll just act like your mom also plays the flute. When not playing the flute, she was drinking from one.
Maybe we could open with some instrumental flute music.
Well, I have Tull albums at home, and I'll bring them in.
No Jethro Tull.
I tried to do a story and present it to the editor, me and another young woman in the newsroom, and she said when we played it for her, and I quote, "Were you on Quaaludes when you made this?" So I think I need a little more time, the back seat.
Well,
and then I'll come through with my.
So first of all, point out here, no one's really done a Quaalude since 1978, and say you've
stupid bitch.
You got that from someone who enjoyed Quaaludes, and I know.
Okay,
and we're not talking about those fucking Spanish bootleg Quaaludes. Those things are shit. I'm talking about the Aurora 747, the Primos.
I'm going to tell her all of this. Aurora 747 Primos.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you talk to a guy who fucking injured his ankle and falling off his own platform shoes while eating fucking Quaaludes on his way to a Bowie show. But I think NPR is a great place for you now.
Yeah, I think so too. It feels like the right next step.
Dude, I just thought of something. What if you marry like an NPR guy and then you live in Vermont and you have those kind of lives? You know what I mean?
Sounds nice.
Like the Unabomber or something.
No, not like the Unabomber, but about people who eat farm to table. And
I don't know. I see an element of that in my future, but I'm going to try not to just go full farmer's market on everything.
So what's the dream? You want to do something a little crazy first?
Before settling down into my Vermont cabin?
Which, by the way, is lovely.
Yeah. What's the problem with farmers markets?
I don't know. I feel like I don't want to be boxed in by anything, you know? And also because there's a part of me that likes trash, like that likes a value negative, like, you know, I like trashy reality TV and that doesn't really fit into the image.
Why don't you just spend 2 years shooting heroin?
Okay.
So fucking relaxing, by the way.
Trashier than that.
As long as what's that?
Just dabble in it.
As long as you have enough, it's never a problem.
Enough
That's
heroin?
what they know. Yeah. That's what they never point out to you. That it's never a problem if you have a lot.
Okay. So
it's when you run out that the fucking problem starts.
I'll make enough money doing the NPR thing and then I'll go off the rails and I'll record the whole thing and then cut it down and make an amazing radio story.
Well, you know, there was one of my favorite junkie books was written by a guy who ended up at the New York Times. He just died about a year ago. From Minneapolis, as a matter of fact. Who was part of that whole... Remember there was a small punk scene like around the replacements and...
Husker Du?
Yeah, Husker Du.
Yeah.
Oh boy. GPS. How many bands do you think you put all together there?
Well, if you count Dylan, you could do...
I'm not going to.
Okay, then you could do The Replacements, Husker Du, Prince.
I would count Prince.
Okay. Prince.
But I mean, let's face it. Did Dylan make any music in Minnesota, or did he wait till he got the Village?
No, he left the first chance he could. He was coming,
just like you.
Yeah, like I think of myself as the Bob Dylan of the show.
Here's who left: you,
yeah,
Dylan,
yep,
and the Lakers. Those were all the people that
favorite sons.
Couldn't wait to leave Minnesota. So your name, it was very weird. So we've got new bosses here, and we were in a meeting with them, and I tried to, I'm in the meeting, I'm putting Chris over and just lying my ass off about how good Chris does.
Thank you.
So then I call Joe in and Vito, and I'm like, Joe did these things, and his production is great, and everyone's acting all happy. And then we were back to Chris and all the great stuff that he has booked for the show. And then Joe, in the middle of this meeting, goes, and we also have Molly and Reese coming on Thursday.
As like examples of guests.
And yeah. I mean, Chris was rattling off some really big names and really funny comedians, people that we have planned for the next month or two. And then Joe says that, and you could hear a pin drop. Like, it was just like everyone slowly turned their head to him, like, what are you talking about?
Did anybody acknowledge it after?
No. Nope. But it was like someone just took their penis out of their pants and peed up into their mouth during the meeting. It was that weirdly distracting. But we're all civilized enough to act like we're not going to notice this.
Also, I like how we needed no introduction. Like, anybody would know us just off first name basis. That's so funny.
Oh, and we have Molly and Maurice coming in. And the fact is, he had nothing to add, and he thought that he would go into Chris Stanley's wake and be pulled along.
Which is fine. If you have nothing to add, just stand there, nod, look very, like, I'm very interested in what's going on. You were under no pressure to add.
Pee straight up, catch it in your mouth, start to gargle.
That's a skill, though.
No, we were bringing up the breastfeeding thing today and how that freaks out some people.
Yeah.
Eric Andre, the comedic actor, had an Instagram pic, I think of him in a hot tub or something, and through the water, if you looked hard enough, you can find his penis. And
how?
Instagram missed it for a while. Where do you have the thing somewhere where a penis would not be?
Where's the penis?
You have the arrow. Well, it's down between his legs.
It's like it would be right around there.
But you have to go looking for it. And I don't think he thought of this as, I'm going to show my penis on Instagram. But the fact, this picture was taken of him. He's standing up. If you click the link in the corner, he's standing full frontal, I believe.
On Instagram?
Yeah.
And
if you click on the GQ link.
All right.
Yeah, he's just standing up with the cock out.
See, again, you have to tell it crudely.
Penis out.
But so that's the edit, right?
Yeah, that's the edit.
So he's covered his hoo-ha with his own face?
I've never heard of boys.
Well, he didn't do it. They did it.
Yeah.
Instagram did it?
In this case, I don't know why we're even into this. It seems to be a little crazy, but whoever put up, I guess GQ did.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Oh, so he had just been posting this stuff and Instagram didn't get wind of it until much later.
They're not catching it.
I can't imagine. So I guess they have moderators or something. I can't imagine being one of those people.
Yeah, or like sometimes people will like flag something as inappropriate.
I'm amazed by Periscope that you can go all around the world and you never run into nudity, or rarely will run into nudity, but never run into full-on sex or anything that you would expect. And I would think that would be pretty constant because it is on everything else in the internet.
Only twice have I seen anything remotely like that. One was like a photo shoot that a girl was doing that was, I guess, pornographic in nature, but she was by herself and it was a nude photo shoot and it was like very sexual or whatever. And then there was one jerk off video. One. Which is shocking. Yeah. If you've ever remember when what was it called? Chat roulette.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
Pal Talk and Chat Roulette were insane.
Was all D all the time.
Non-stop jacking. I've tried to get dudes to take their dicks out, but they always ban me.
on Chat Roulette?
By the way, dude, when you're banned enough, you're not seen in the other rooms.
Oh,
like,
shit.
any of your comments won't be seen, and it isn't that many.
I gotta lay off that then. I gotta stop trolling these dudes in other countries.
You gotta stop trolling for D.
Oh, wait, Dale just right there, 714s, not 747s. You're right, Dale.
Thanks,
my mom
Dale.
threw out my fucking Fly 714 t-shirt, which actually didn't even belong to me.
In college, someone sold me something that they said was a Quaalude, but I guess it was one of those Mexican ones. I ate it. Fucked me up.
Yeah, but it's softer. I remember I was out in Vegas, and somebody had given me a lewd, and I hadn't seen him forever. And I was with these pretty fast-paced guys. So I just put some money into a slot machine. When it came down, I had palmed this thing and acted like it had fallen out in this fucking slot machine. I go, look at this. These fucking coins fell out, but so did this lewd. They started fucking screaming, right? Because this is at like one of the fights, like a Tyson fight, and they just start fucking putting coins in. And I'm like, there's got to be more. Why would there only be one?
This machine is hot.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's Doris. Good to see you, darling. Nice to see you. Oh, yes, we do.
Nice to meet you.
So nice to meet you.
Chris is over for a hug. And he's going to set you up in a way that Vito won't.
It's in like a week, right?
Yeah.
Norris, where you're here for lunch, but from where? Where do you work now?
So, hi guys. Hi. First of all, I bought you M&Ms because that's your favorite. And cookies and brownies, so just pass that through.
Oh, that's so nice.
Molly didn't bring a shit.
I didn't bring anything.
She's like, well, I'm going empty-handed.
And Maurice texted me to be
I
like,
haven't had M&Ms in so long. So great. I wish there was a store around here. Somewhere.
Thank
I
God for
love
the
this. It's so nice now.
Oh, you haven't been here since?
Yeah, since the change. Wow, beautiful.
Well, we took all the other terrible stuff and put it in the hall.
And it's very blue. That's
Yes, I
what
like
everyone
it.
says. Very blue in here.
This is Don Wiki Wickland's kind
It's
of
his baby.
Yeah, what would that be called? His taste, his
feng shui
brainchild.
Why would I say feng shui?
It's not his feng shui.
But what is it when someone designs like the feeling or whatever? It's got a
ambiance or something.
I'm not exactly sure what it is.
It's beautiful.
His interior design?
I guess. I mean, he kind of did a room flip on us. The funniest thing was, and he had some kind of thing that was going to show our name up against the wall, but
projector.
But it made noise the whole time.
Weird.
Oh, it's so well intentioned.
Yeah, it was, but it's not a visual medium. So.
This is like his studio rescue. If it was like bar rescue,
huh?
Like bar rescue. He'd be like John Taffer.
Is that his name?
Yes, that's his name from Bar Rescue. But Don Wickland would be doing a studio rescue.
Or like the Move That Bus. What is that? Move That Bus
Extreme
show?
Home Makeover. What a tearjerker.
I thought they yelled, "Move that butt." Was this the one with a very large house that stands there? And there's your house.
Move that butt.
My favorite one of those that would ever get to me was for the families that had special needs kids. And then you would see that their little bedrooms were designed that they could pull themselves up.
No, it's too much.
I'd just be standing in front of my TV screaming, now he's going to be able to go to the bathroom at night.
He's so independent now.
American Idol is back for its last year, and they're just pitching nostalgia. And you're like, why do I feel nostalgic about this show? But I do. You know what I mean? It's weird. Like, that thing is more ingrained than I even thought.
How long has it been going on?
15
Wow.
seasons. And I was noticing, even watching, I'm like, I don't know who the last 8 stars are. You know what I mean? I don't know who the last 8 winners are.
I've never watched an entire...
Me either.
Do it this year.
Not since
I only
Kelly
see
Clarkson.
Yeah, me too.
That was the first season.
No, it was the second, I think.
Is it?
No, she was the first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She was the first, and Ruben,
And what about Justin? Which one was Justin?
he was the runner-up. He never won.
I was thinking that he was
a lot of runner-ups are famous.
Yeah.
And sing, yeah.
Clay Aiken was a runner-up.
Clayton?
Clayton now is a politician.
I don't think he won, though, right?
I thought, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't follow up on South Carolinian
I do.
politics.
It's just one of my hobbies.
It's one of his true passions.
I'm really loving these M&M peanuts. 'Cause I bought M&M
They're
peanuts.
the big ones. Is it?
Have
The
you
mega
had,
size.
have you had the ones with peanut butter?
Yeah.
Love.
So good.
Love.
I like this crispy ones. It's like a crisp inside.
Yeah.
Peanuts. Those are not peanuts. Pretzels.
I'm honestly starting to wonder if you guys are smoking a lot of pot.
The reason
Now
I
you-
have been chilling nonstop.
Seriously. We went on a date. What was it, Monday?
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Okay, so we went to this place, and I didn't tell you this yet.
Right.
We went to this place, and I walked in first, and the hostess gave me attitude because I asked to move to a different empty table in the place.
Of course you did.
No, I told you that.
Oh,
and then the table was like right next to the computer, and I was kind of ticked off about that, but I kept it together. And then I wrote a vicious Yelp review.
oh my God.
And I got,
You're the enemy.
and I got
As someone who used to work in a restaurant, you're the enemy.
We ate really well there too.
No, I said in the Yelp review, I said the food was great, whatever, but the service was terrible. And
But I'm
there was-
just trying to get someone fired.
No,
That's all.
the guy sent me an email back saying, if you're inclined to come dine with us again, let me know and I'll see to it that you have a wonderful experience, blah, blah, blah. So now we have to go back.
Oh, definitely.
Where was it at? What part of town?
East Village. No, West Village.
I am going to follow your snippy little Yelp from this point on.
I didn't know you were a Yelper.
Usually my reviews are positive. I don't often give a 3-star review.
You gave it a 3-star.
What?
He thought he was getting M&M's.
No. He knows why.
No M&Ms.
You know why, right?
Diet.
I'm not sure.
Come on, Chris, think. Why is it that you're not getting M&Ms?
Fuck. I don't know. I don't know why I'm not.
Come up with a reason.
Because they fucked up bringing in the race?
Exactly.
There you go.
As soon as you think of the reason. Well, because they start flat-footed instead of welcoming you in and setting up your thing. So because of that, Chris is not getting.
Why is it Chris's fault?
Because I should fucking. I shouldn't even tell them to bring in a fucking guest. And that just literally, I saw her walking down the fucking hallway by herself. That's why as soon as I saw that, I started getting up to not hug you, hello, Maurice, but to actually just set you up.
I was like, wow, Chris is.
I know. I thought that was really.
I was like, wow,
warm.
Chris has changed. He came and hugged me and everything.
I actually thought I didn't realize they were so close.
Look, he loves Maurice.
Wanted to make sure you were on mic correctly.
Oh, okay. I think
I can find out what Chris has been doing wrong by acting like I'm withholding something. Was that driving you crazy though?
I really, yeah. But as soon as I saw her walking by herself, like, all right, this is not good.
I meant the M&Ms. Try to focus, dude.
Thank you.
You don't get an entire bag of M&Ms.
I'm just saying
That
for
was
later.
a gift.
These aren't yours.
How's your wife?
She's
good.
She moved out quite some time ago and took the children.
This is sad.
Well, I got one and she got one. That's the way we decided to do it. And well, working dad now. I got to bring her into the job with me. It's difficult, but I start anew.
Single parent.
Yeah. No, everything's great.
Okay.
Very nice of you to ask. Molly never does.
Sorry.
Molly never goes. Let me bring up
my
some
own
things.
career.
Sweetheart. I love her, Mom.
Well, Maurice has always known how much I focus on my personal life on the air.
He's so open.
Yes, that's me.
Sorry. Ask me anything. Go.
Well, where are you working now?
I'm working at a company called Entertainment Benefits Group. They give discounts for entertainment, but I'm also a receptionist for a Broadway Schubert organization.
Really? The Schubert organization?
Like 4 of their companies are in there.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yesterday I went to see Aladdin.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
How was it?
It was really good, surprisingly. I mean, not surprisingly because it's Aladdin, but
it's also ran for.
I'm not a Broadway person, so I didn't know what to expect. This is like my second show because they invited me to see Fiddler, so that was really good as well. And then Aladdin.
Is that Fiddler in the basement?
In the roof?
Oh, there he is. He's moved up. I saw it years ago. And,
much darker, that version.
They're doing great now.
In the basement.
Do you hear something?
Something's muffled. It's muffled.
Down there.
I've never seen a play. I've seen the movie, and it's one of those movies that I like it till it gets to the second part, and then I'm like, I'm out. I'm tapping out because the Sound of Music is the same kind
way.
of yeah. It's all happy and stuff, and then Nazis are coming.
Yeah, I always bailed
this.
before the Nazis. Always.
Yeah.
Showed up. I mean, it's very happy. Songs are great.
A lot of the good songs are at the beginning. That's true.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden, they start marching in. Turn it off. I have no
I feel the
interest.
same way about Fiddler, that they put all the good songs in the beginning.
Is tradition.
Tradition.
Is that at the beginning?
Yeah.
It starts right in the beginning. Really nice.
Yeah.
Well, that dude does not like his daughters going out and doing shit, though.
La mamas, la mamas.
It takes forever. If I were a rich man. But, by the way, I'm just thinking Chris Stanley would be perfect for that part.
Oh my God.
I've never seen it.
You bellow. You're Jewish.
Yeah.
You're constantly working in the fields with your animals.
Love oxen.
Now, by the way, they think that the Powerball this weekend could go anywhere from 675 million to 750 million.
Oh.
If you hit it,
Yeah.
you'll be out of that money so fast.
I'll buy airplanes.
Like shit through a duck.
I'll just fucking what costs $700 million? I'm gonna buy that. Whatever one thing is. I don't know. Can you buy a building for that? You can buy a building for that, right?
Well, it depends on where. Here in Midtown Manhattan, no. But most places you're going to get a building.
And then what? What are you going to do? This is mine.
Have your friends party there?
Fill it with shit. If there's any money left.
So that's your dream, to own a building in Manhattan?
That's one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard this before.
It seems like a pretty baller thing to do. To own a building in Manhattan.
No one's gonna know that you own it.
Oh, I'll put my name on it.
So you want to be Trump, is what you're saying. Stanley. Just
You gotta buy a plane. You got to buy a yacht.
Well, what do you want, a building or a plane?
Well, I'll buy a building, a plane, and a yacht.
Like a private jet?
No, you're getting a much smaller building, much smaller yacht.
As your financial advisor, forget the building. You don't need the building. What do you want the building
Should I just
for?
go super yacht then for the $700 million?
Yeah.
You should run for president with that money. And you
I like
just
that.
outpay all of them.
Yeah, but no one's still going to vote for me, even if I fucking pay money.
No, money can make you eligible for this position.
You have a record.
You're an everyman.
That's a good
They'll
point.
love you.
I can run for president.
Plus, once I give you your new nickname,
What's the nickname?
Trump Jr., running for president.
I just sit on you, Trump. I'll fucking pick that guy for making a murderer to be as my running mate. People love that guy right now. Stephen Avery. I mean, he's in prison, but...
Well, the ADD is just fucking racing today.
It's the M&M.
We can't, the sugar's hit. Man, he's just scratching against the wall.
Gotta chill out.
That's a lot of money, though. That's a tremendous amount of money.
Well, that's why I'm buying a ticket to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just...
Yeah, one.
Yeah,
Your
that's all you
odds
need.
don't
That's all you
change
need.
by getting more.
I know.
I dropped
but
40
it
bucks
feels
on
like
it
they
last
do.
night.
I
They
wouldn't
really don't?
No.
No, because then that's just more tickets in circulation.
Your odds are astronomical by the
Gotcha.
time you do this, so you don't improve your odds by getting extra ones.
Right.
Everyone but Chris is getting some M&Ms.
Yay.
You assholes are saying yay?
Well, not to that part, but...
Oh, no.
One of the Powerball executives got busted for fixing the lottery. So even you can't even, it's ridiculous. He was fucking rigging lotteries in multiple states.
For himself?
Yeah, for himself. People.
How would he do it?
It didn't say what the
Because
scam
it's the
was.
ping pong balls, right?
Yeah. But they didn't say how he was rigging it, but he got
Well, let's sit
fired.
and try to figure it out because it happens in real time. We're watching the ping pong balls.
Yeah.
So the only way to pull it off is that you'd have some of the ping pong balls inflated so that they couldn't get through.
I read in a book in elementary school that was fiction, so it might not be an actual thing that can work, but the temperature of the balls, like if you freeze one of them, it's smaller and more likely to like come up through the...
All right, so there's another one.
Okay.
So we're either making the balls smaller, the ones we want, or the other balls larger where they don't fit through. But when you look at it, it's just old carny tricks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they do it right in front of you.
I just got to fucking win this lottery is my thing.
Okay, Chris, we'll do our best to see what we can do about that.
Would you do
When the attention turns to him, it's amazing.
Would you do the lump sum, or would you do the thing where they pay?
I do lump sum.
Yeah.
Same. My mom's friend from high school won the lottery, and it like ruined her life.
Well, first of all, any of your mom's rich friends winning the lottery really annoys me.
That's a sin.
She wasn't.
Millicent, did you hear the good news? I've just got like 2 months worth of money right now. How did it ruin her life?
Because then all these people came out of the woodwork that like weren't really her friends and started spending time with her. And
Yeah, my
trying to
life's always
mooch
been
off
that
her
way.
and stuff.
I'd be perfect to win this.
And then also people were constantly trying to break into her house and stuff. It was like a security issue. I don't know. I'm not saying it's necessarily going to ruin your life, Pep, but it could. So just be aware.
Very big possibility.
I think it would definitely ruin your life, Chris.
Eric in Colorado.
Hey, buddy. Hey, so Chris, if it's $700 million, you're going to be buying a cheap building because after taxes, it'll only be about $465 million.
Oh, goddamn!
Because they figured it up the other day. The last drawing was $550, and if you took the lump sum, it was only $306.
So I'd still have to keep my night job at a liquor store if that happens.
Yeah.
You know,
I won't be worried.
But I figure Chris will be dead from coke within 3 days with all that money. So who's going to be the beneficiary?
You won't. He'll be snorting coke out of a fucking garden hose.
Dead from coke.
Yeah.
3 days.
Oh yeah.
Who is the beneficiary?
My girlfriend would be the beneficiary.
Yeah, you have a girlfriend, Chris. None of us believe because since he started periscoping, he's constantly alone.
She doesn't want to be on the fucking thing.
Chris, we're watching you walk down the street. We're hearing you slur. I've watched you try to fix your own wound in the street when your arm and leg was numb.
It needed a woman's
You're
touch.
living alone. We're seeing you 24 hours a day. There's no one else there.
It's all for the scope, bros.
Is that the new thing now? Periscope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so not in it. Are you in that?
No.
We're behind.
Anybody who's not in the Periscope right now is a real L7.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
A real square, Daddy-O. A real square.
Don't you dare call Nerissa square.
Well, to us, she seems exotic, but in the Dominican, she's just a regular gal walking down the mall.
Dime a dozen.
Listen, I'm half white now.
In what way?
Molly.
She's been hanging out with me a lot.
You hang out with Molly. Molly always wants to hang out in a Dominican spot, and I'm like, no.
I'm trying to go to the Dominican spots. Nerisse always wants to hang out at the hipster white spots.
Norris can't be seen with a white girl. She can't take you to a real place.
She's like, when I went to Boston, I went to Boston. I don't know if you guys know.
Sure, everyone sent us Instagram pictures.
Oh, really?
They were like, look who's hanging out together. We were all cracking up.
It was so fun.
It was so much fun. The first night was intense for me. It took me like 5 hours to get over there or more.
Yeah.
To Boston?
Yeah.
Nerissa's bus got stuck in traffic.
Yeah,
The guy
no, he
went
took the wrong
way.
route.
SARS bus?
It was what?
Catch it out of Chinatown, the SARS bus?
No.
It's a good deal.
I got in the city, but he took the wrong route. So it took me forever. Then I had to take an Uber, and I was like in a corner, and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get like fucking raped here. It was like really weird. It was so bad. And then what?
And then she met me at the homecoming dance where
I'd never been to a homecoming dance, so that was
it was
fun
really
too.
weird.
This is homecoming dance.
Everybody's like, who is this?
Because I was like running around trying to get Nerisse out of the Uber, and there was like a security thing because you weren't supposed to come in after a certain time. And then she came up, and obviously all my guy friends were like, "Who is that?" So made some introductions,
Yeah.
and
I went to tailgate.
Yep, we went to the tailgate.
A lot of things I've never done. And
a
now,
lot of the white things that
a
you've
lot
done,
of the white things
yeah.
I've never done, and I'm like, I'm basically white.
Yes, that's all it really takes to be white. It's a homecoming, it's a tailgate, it's Wonder Bread.
It's a lovely life.
Yeah, isn't this great? We love it. By the way, the music you're listening to, they're called the Eagles. They're fantastic. You know who's really white is Joey Jojo.
I'm half white.
Which I saw at a bar.
Half Puerto Rican. Yeah, that's how this whole booking that I had came to be, because I ran into Nerisse at a bar.
That's not true.
What?
I emailed these guys saying that we wanted to come in.
It had nothing to do with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you took credit for nothing.
Yeah.
Nerisse lied to me then.
No, I said I wanted to go.
I said, leave it to me. I'll
And then
have
what
Molly
happened?
email.
Nothing. Nothing happened.
Good thing we didn't leave it to you.
I have an in as my own job.
I said,
Let me
maybe-
pull some strings.
Maybe Molly will email. That's what I said there. But yeah, I'm white and Puerto Rican. To bring it
Half
back
Puerto
around.
Rican.
Yeah, half Puerto Rican, half white.
Mostly white.
No.
No Puerto Rican ever says that he's Puerto Rican. They turn on him. People have written, please isolate Molly saying the temperature of the balls.
Shoot.
So then we'll be like, well, what's wrong with Obama? The temperature of the balls. Molly, this is a voice from your past that wants to say hello. Maybe it's not.
Scary.
It's
Are you
ominous.
there? Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Dead.
Oh my God.
Hope they're okay.
Is this how I'm getting the news?
Yeah. Maybe you better take Molly out to dance to bachata tonight.
I'm saying.
Sorry.
She's got a mouthful of M&M's.
Just isolate. She's got a mouthful.
Grab that.
And the
I'm just
temperature
here
of
to
balls.
eat M&Ms, guys. She wants me to take her to Dykeman, the most Dominican spot in the world.
Dykeman Street?
Mm-hmm.
And Inwood.
That's where Paulo.
And I'm like, what do you want to do? Smoke hookah all day?
Yeah.
That's basically what they do over there. Not that I don't go. I do go.
What is it about you and this Dominican thing that you're into, Molly?
Well, I just like hanging out with Nerisse, and I want to, I've exposed her to my
Whiteness.
whiteness.
What does your family think of her?
They like her.
They haven't seen me.
No, I know, but I've showed you.
Because here's the problem.
Pictures and
if you took her to your apartment, your parents would be constantly hindering her laundry and then saying, "Oh, wait, I'm sorry, Maurice. I thought you were someone else."
Just take care of this, will you, dear?
They would love her.
I've got a date with Shampooch tonight.
I find it hilarious.
Go to Molly's Instagram. Let's just see what's up there. She's giving away the world.
Oh, you got her on Instagram? You guys don't got me on Instagram. It's all right. There's nothing important there.
On your Instagram?
What? Can we? You got one of those private ones?
Yeah, but I'll request.
Yeah, we only go to public.
I'll add you. No, you only go. You're public, Molly?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, that's how we found out that you guys were hanging out together. Somebody,
but I know. I put it on Twitter as well.
Some weird stalker. Someone's giggling. In
I
the
hear
background.
a voice from my past. I think she's from Chicago.
Oh, Molly. I love that you and Norris are buddies. That's so cool.
Well, here's what I can't figure out. They didn't even work together.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing. We did not work together, but we became best friends.
Wait, what? I thought you guys
No,
were...
we didn't ever overlap.
Wait, you're literally best friends now?
Yeah.
You're each other's
I
best
say
friends.
that. She doesn't believe.
Well, listen.
Her best friend is Liz.
Yeah, that's true. Then you met Liz.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I love
Liz.
Liz.
Is here. Yeah, but we both have very few friends in the city, so.
I have none.
I have like 2 other ones and then Norris.
Could Chris start hanging out with you guys? She's got no one, including a made-up girlfriend that doesn't exist.
Not made up.
Check out that cash out voucher right there. I went to Mohegan Sun and I won 40 cents.
Nice.
Nice.
Parlay that into Powerball this weekend.
Chris, did you get your ambulance bill yet?
No, I'm going to check the mail on Friday.
Wait till you see how much it is.
Yeah, I'm going to guess it's, what, 0? I got insurance. Hopefully that'll fucking cover it.
Insurance won't cover ambulance.
Nope. She loves it.
Everyone,
Sorry.
thanks, Janice. Everyone knows the bill when I get it.
Okay.
The way I see it, you didn't even ask for an ambulance ride. You were just laying there sleeping.
Yeah, you were forced.
With a
And I-
bloody head.
Tried to get away from the fucking ambulance as well.
What
And
night
that's
was
the reason
this?
for injury.
I blacked out drunk 3 weeks ago. Drank 3 bottles of vodka at the Interbanks Christmas party.
Oh, man.
Oh my gosh.
Blacked out. Well, we were still eating dinner, and then I came to in the emergency room with my hands covered in blood.
Are you
Are you
serious?
serious?
Yes.
Whose blood?
Turns out it was my own.
Luckily, it was his.
And then I had a big wound on the back of my head. Had a head wound, and I had no idea. How I got there. When I came to, I got out of the. I asked the I just bum rushed past the doctor, got my clothes, got the fuck out of there. Came to work.
Where'd you put your clothes on at?
You came to work?
Yeah.
Yes.
They gave me my vest, the vest and my fucking pants and a shirt, and I put it on in the middle of the fucking of the emergency room.
I bum rushed past the doctor.
Did the show, tried to figure out what happened because Gail had put me into an Uber cab at the end of the night, which I didn't remember. It was like a giant bill on the Uber cab, and we tried to figure out what the hell happened to me.
Well, you can check the route.
We did.
And it was a shitty route. It was they went like over the Williamsburg Bridge, which is retarded. And I call the hospital the next day. They're laughing to me. They're laughing at me as I'm telling the
Probably because
story.
you bum rushed past the doctor.
No, that's not the reason. I had a 4 times the legal limit of alcohol, so I blew 0.32. And it turns out that I passed out drunk in front of my apartment building. Someone walked by, called an ambulance. Ambulance comes. I run away from the EMT workers as they're trying to help me. Fall, crack the back of my head open, and start vomiting.
All right, let's play this out, though. Let's say aside this. Let's say I'm chasing you, right?
Yeah.
You're running away, so
Yeah.
get up.
Yeah.
You're chasing me. You turn around. Yeah. I'm chasing you. Explain how you fall backwards.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said he had to have been tackled. There's no way you were not tackled.
I've been thinking about this, and I remember, like, at the time, there was scaffolding in front of my building. So I think I might have ran into the scaffolding and knocked myself backwards.
God, I would have loved to have seen.
I wish there was video of it. I'd fucking pay to see what the fuck.
Could you imagine how ridiculous that would look?
Just hearing it is dumb enough.
And then,
You get a couple for telling your story.
Thank
but
you.
you don't get to keep the bag.
Okay.
Share it with the girls.
All right.
Look how many
Okay.
comes out of there.
Just a couple.
Disgusting.
Gross.
For later, you
He's
know?
gross.
How much is an ambulance
Never
fee?
had anything
like
like that.
usually? Is it in the hundreds of? Or
Oh, you don't have insurance?
I do have insurance, but I guess because it's emergency or whatever.
Why won't you check your mail? What keeps you?
Where is your where does
Be
your mail
careful.
go?
What
Do you
happens if
have
it
a-
already came?
It's in it's my fucking lobby of my building. Yeah,
Wait.
I'll check it tonight. Well, I'll come in tomorrow.
So you
if
walk
the
past
bill's
your
there.
mailbox every day and you don't check your mail.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. I go a few weeks sometimes.
How do you pay
I'll
your
check my
bills?
mail.
That is so bizarre to me.
Are you paperless?
I'm paperless. I got an internet connection. I can pay bills that way. But yeah, I'll check the mail tonight. See what the bill is.
But do you not check it out of fear?
A lot of times I just forget to check it, even though I walked by it. But right now I'm just checking because I just don't want to deal with the bill. But I'll check it tomorrow. I mean tonight.
I got a break here. Jen, it's good to talk to you, sweetie.
I love all of you. Thank you.
Bye.
It's the homecoming. Nerissa and Molly are here.
Yeah, I might leave though because I'm.
You gotta go?
I'm on break supposedly.
You must work pretty close to here then, right?
In 8th Ave by 34th Street.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Yeah, but it took me like 30 minutes to get over here in an Uber.
Well,
you should have walked.
Yeah, it would have taken you about 8 minutes with your
You
feet.
think so?
Yeah. You know who's right down near you now is Anthony Cumia's TV studio.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, it's a couple blocks over.
Interesting. Nice.
I'm supposed to do the show in like a week or two. So if you ever want to meet there, we'll tackle you.
Yeah, tackle me, and I will be over there.
We'll break. Bennington Show. Hey, you think we need new Rejoiner music? Or are you guys happy with this?
Actually, I have the boys mining for some new Rejoiner music.
Mining, huh?
Yeah.
You don't mind if I do?
We're gonna have a listening sesh later.
Is that short for session?
Session, yeah.
Great.
I like to listen to things.
And I will say yay or nay.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, I'll say yay or
Why?
nay.
Because you're the guy who knows music?
No, because then I will say what I think is good, then I'll bring it to you. But I will fucking filter out anything I know is.
But how would you know?
Yeah, what if
Do you
your
think
nay
you know
is his
what we
yay?
hate?
I thought I might have an idea, but what I know is really bad that shouldn't be used.
But what do you think? They don't know what I would hate?
I think I would know better than them.
Just seems like an extra step for the job when we could all be doing it at the same time and it's fun.
Although, do you remember 2 summers ago or
No, I certainly don't.
a while ago when I was here, I brought in some Rejoiner music that was terrible and everybody hated it. Do you remember?
Yeah, but that's always part of the fun. There's nothing like better than shooting down bad ideas.
Oh yeah, we love to mock.
I tried to.
Why did you even do this work? It was going to be so bad.
By the way, we were sitting here during the commercial, and we just looked through the other window and saw Chris like Coco the gorilla going crazy. It looked like it was more at Vito than Joe. Joe, was abuse going on in that room?
It looked abusive.
Yeah, there was a little bit of abuse back here.
What's going
now,
on
let's
back
see
there?
if we can guess the reasons. You put the stupid thoughts in Chris's head that he was saying on the air?
That wasn't the reason, but it will be for after
You know
the
what's funny
show.
about that? Chris is the only one who got that joke. He might be the smartest of us all. What was he mad at Vito for?
Guest placement.
Now, did you know that Nerisse was coming?
I did know Nerisse was coming.
Now, here's what we try to do, Molly. Was even though you guys are old friends and employees and stuff, if they get into the piece of that, right, then when Keith Richards will come here, they'll already have it down.
Right.
But when Keith Richards does come here, Vito will still be sitting with his feet up in the other room. It won't matter. Thinking of his favorite kind of tomato sauce.
I'd love to find out what you came up with, Vito.
Yeah.
Can you do the impression of Vito's mom when he went to go see his movie?
Look, hey, here comes Vito, the big guy from uptown who came to see me. It's so good. Everybody's all excited right now for Vito. She also, the only time that she came to work is when I did an unmask with Fonzie. And
That is so cute.
yeah. And Vito, what was it she was excited? You guys lived in the same neighborhood that what?
No, I think he just mentioned he was from Manhattan or Brooklyn, and she went fucking crazy.
Yeah,
and,
it was so cute.
And there was other moments where like you would say something because Fez had said like make sure to clap and be loud and have fun. So anytime you said something funny, my mom was like, yeah. She was like, yeah. And then like the people next to her would be like, that wasn't even a joke.
That's Vito's big boss from down from uptown. He's really good friends with Fonzie.
My mom did say to me after I gave her her Christmas present, she goes, also, if Mr. Bennington ever does any interviews with Henry Winkler again, like that.
Who else? You know what? Let's find out if I can't do a Gabe Kaplan or maybe Chico and the Man. Anything from the 70s that's available for her.
She was like, I love Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
She loves all the 70s.
But you know what was funny? That Henry Winkler day is everybody in the room was feeling the same way. Like that man is actually beloved. Not just loved. Beloved.
And then he shook everybody's hand.
He stayed after and made sure that he had special time with each person. And he's got to live like that, you know what I mean? But he loves it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like wherever he goes, people are like, it's the Fonz. And this has happened for like 40 years.
People always ask him to fix stuff and punch stuff. And he's like, that doesn't actually work.
He was actually principal for a day at my high school.
Was he really?
Yes, he was.
What did he say something cool like everybody go out to Lover's Lane and make out?
Yeah. And I can't remember, he made fun of me about something. And I think it was that my skirt was too short or something.
Yeah. And then the gap in your teeth.
No, I don't know. What?
I'm thinking, who was the guy who he lived with the two girls? Come and knock at my door. Yeah, but what was the guy's name?
Oh, who passed away? That guy?
Yeah. John Ritter. So one day I'm walking down the street and I turn around and John Ritter comes walking past me and he's with somebody else. So now he was walking in front of me by like 7 or 8 feet. And I watched person after person's eyes light up as he walked by.
Oh, that's cute.
And they were just like, oh, God, hey. You know what I mean? Like, no one was like rushing, but literally everyone on the street, he had to go, hi, how are you? Thank you. And he went on and and it was an amazing thing just to see somebody who, that's what their life is like, you know?
Right.
And then he died not much longer after that, and I felt like all I kept thinking about that day. By the way, his kid's a really fun, sweet person, too, that everybody likes.
Yeah.
Today, I actually saw a woman in, like, this leopard thing. She was about 70 years old, and she's got, like, this leopard coat on, and these strange things one after another, and I go like this. I'm walking down the street, I go, New York style, I love it, baby. And she got this big fucking coconut Mick Jagger smile across her face. She was so happy. I go, New York style, I'm loving it.
I love seeing like older women who have excellent style in the city. There's so many of
there are
them
a lot of
that I actually will stop and say something to them because it floors me.
I love the thrift shop style, the best style.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
That's good. Big coats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Big glasses.
Chris, I thought, looked homeless when I saw him yesterday. When I came up and you were sitting there, it made me laugh so hard because you were just layered up in the cold.
Yeah.
And then smoking and looking depressed.
I had to hood up.
And like if you would have had like just a bowl in front of you with one of those help me cardboard signs, you could have had extra money.
I gotta start that. I gotta get a box.
That'd actually be fun just to see if you could get money. How much you could get over the course of a day. Probably. Well, you know what happens? Other homeless people get mad at you.
Oh, for like blowing up your spot or something.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to have, I don't know, sometimes there's like a good story or like a dog right
Dog's
there.
the smartest thing.
Or a girl, like a woman. If there's like a man and a woman together.
People just want to have sex with a woman no matter how homeless and fucked up she is.
The dog is what
the dog is the smart. That's the smart
dog
money.
Is good.
You got to get a dog.
Yeah.
Either that or you just sit there with a garbage bag as your clothes. Because that was my favorite homeless person I ever met.
She was crazy.
And it was never fucking true.
Yeah.
And when me and Fez first came.
Oh, I love that story.
When we first came here, we saw her and we fucking bought it, hook, line, and sinker.
And I remember it was snowing. It was like snowing and cold. And
yeah, it was snowing because it was like February. Me and Fez were both like wearing windbreakers because it was like the heaviest thing we had in Florida. And I remember both at different times, like we first got here, our heads would just be covered in snow. We didn't even have fucking hats. We just came up, you're like, yeah, we'll do fucking radio here, sure. You know, we didn't have shit ready after living in Florida for all those years.
I thought you were going to tell the one about the woman with the fake bad leg. I think that might have been Fez's story, but there was a woman who claimed to be like disabled, and he followed her or something, and then she like sort of crawled her way along all the way on the train, and then she got off at a stop along the way and just walked.
Kaiser Sose. Wow, there is Glad Bag right there. That's her.
God, that's her.
What did you find that under?
Because the New York Post exposed her, so they it's like they took pictures of her and her.
What year?
It was probably like the early 2000s.
What's she up to now? Because I saw her on her time off. I saw her take off the Glad Bag, fucking put it in this thing, take her clothes out. Like she acted like she had a locker down in the thing.
Yeah.
And she put on a tube top and a skirt. And then she had a boombox.
She's pretty cool.
She's fucking amazing.
No update on what she's up to now. That's a classic Glad Bag fucking
And
show.
she
Do you have the whole story on her?
She
Is there a story?
commits too. Because I've also seen her breast exposed. Like she is
She'll let the
naked under
titties
there.
out.
Yeah.
And she would just like look so
looked
fragile
so
and
sad.
frail and
her face.
Remember, she had a fucking baby down on the subway stop, and Fez came running up into our thing and tried to get newspapers. I go, why would you get newspapers? He goes, for her to have the baby on her way. I go, why not fucking take her to the hospital?
Yeah.
She's not a dog. I go, no, look at you. You're fucking wasting all these aprons. I don't know what I'm going to do with you. That's maybe the best line in Goodfellas that people don't fucking ever pay attention to. Now he's got blood all over the store. You looks like 5 of those fucking aprons.
I'll find the story on her. I know I remember seeing this picture in the Post.
I'm blown away that you've never told me that before.
That's
because
crazy.
that's literally her.
Yeah.
What did you Google?
Glad Bag lady?
Homeless garbage bag woman.
She always used to hang at 57th Street.
Yeah.
That was her fucking hub.
I've seen her elsewhere though. Like she was also like a little bit further south because I've seen her around here.
Well, I'm sure she had different stops. Yeah. So how do you think Norissa's going? By the way, Norissa left to go to her other job.
Yep.
Seems like she's doing pretty good.
Yeah, she's doing well. There was a period of time there where she was kind of between jobs and she was all stressed out about it, but she figured it out.
She's such a nice kid.
Yeah, she really is.
She always bring like a nice treat in here, you know? It's not like some people.
Real nice.
Some ungrateful.
Yeah, I
Drink our water.
Yep.
How's your dad doing?
My dad's good. My parents left me for 2 weeks.
Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that.
Man.
Yep. So my parents are good, but I haven't seen them really.
You'll find new parents.
Yeah, they're good though. Both my parents are good.
Where's your mom going out to the fucking just go wine tasting through?
They're
that
both
area?
they're both down in
Wine
Florida.
country?
She's been they've been partying a lot for sure.
Coke?
Yeah.
They love it.
Quaaludes. They're
So great.
my mom called into my radio show at school because I wanted her to tell. I had referenced a story that she'd been telling about this person that she went to college with, and so she told the story and it got a bunch of laughs. And then at the end of the end of her story, I was like, "Okay, talk to you later, Mom." And she was like, "I'm gonna go to Marshall's. Do you need anything?" And we were live on the air. It's like we can't talk about this right now.
Do that thing when I let you do that whole special and you and your mom listen to it out.
Oh my God.
In LA. You're gonna love this story, Gail.
So Ron gave me an hour of time to do a special about young comedians during some break, during vacation during the summer.
Yeah.
And I went out to San Francisco with my mom and we were on vacation and we listened to it in the hotel room. And so we listened to it. I'm like watching her face the entire time. She laughs every once in a while, but for the most part, she's pretty like straight face. And then I'm like, "What did you think?" At the end, and she looks out the window and she goes, "I don't know. I just wish that I heard more of you." And that was like the most that we talked about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was
well received.
That
overall.
was like my second favorite thing. My first favorite was, so I'm at an unmasked and Molly was sitting in seat next to your mom so that she could give me like signals and stuff. And her mom kept wanting to change places so she could sit and talk to your mom during the unmet. And I'm watching Molly like this. No, Mom, I got to give the time things right now because that's the way it works. Your brother, and I'm watching her go on, and I'm fucking loving it.
They're watching in the other room, and I didn't realize that they were.
We have everything mic'd, so we can listen. In the other room, you can hear a pin drop.
And I'm like whisper screaming, Mom, stop it, you're embarrassing.
You have no right to be building up here. I don't care who you want to talk to.
Let me sit there. Just let me. I can't see.
Also, you brought up how when I brought them on a little tour when my parents were here, and we came in here, and my mom was like, "Oh, is that where so and so sits?" And apparently, I don't even remember being this snappy, but apparently, I was like, "No, Mom, that's where Ron sits."
Like everything her mom said, it was just pissing her off. Ugh, it doesn't work that way, Shampooch. This is the real world.
Need another one?
I saw that you put up a thing that was just your mom liking tennis.
Wait, what do you mean?
I think it was up on your Instagram. It was just like your mom.
The video.
Yeah.
It's so funny. We were watching the U.S. Open.
Find it, Chris. Chris.
I'm fine looking.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom got really heated while we were watching tennis, and I just managed to catch it on tape.
Because, like, for everyone from that part of the world, that's the only sport they like.
From which part of the world?
North of the city, you know.
Oh, I see.
Connecticut,
well-to-do,
Westchester.
Yep.
All right,
here it is.
Yeah, come on. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on. Oh yeah.
What did you say, Chris?
Hot.
We should just have the lights off and try to guess what this woman's doing.
Yeah.
Come on.
Molly's mom.
Oh, sorry, Mrs. Molly.
Yeah, you did call her Mrs. Molly too when she came. I was like, Mom, this is Chris. Meet Chris, and he was like, nice to meet you, Mrs. Molly.
I'm just glad anytime he takes the porn down off of his fucking computer. I've seen him do that.
That's just out of stupidity, I guess.
What are you doing? Who saw?
Anybody who'll come in here. When Dave was here, they would look at porn together all the time.
Okay,
and one time
weird.
we were in a meeting with all of the fucking people in here, and Dave was just watching porn on his phone. And we're like, "What are you doing? Why now?" And he goes,
"No,
well, that way I got in my head for later." But he said he did away with his porn addiction, right? He started to see that it went too far.
Yeah.
He literally alarmed himself by the amount of porn that he owned.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Alarmed himself.
All right. People are asking too, Chris.
Yes.
What are your picks for this weekend's football games? Now, this is my second favorite weekend of the year. The following weekend is the best weekend. Oh, yeah. This look at you setting up. Does the term Vikings just pop into your head for no apparent reason during the game?
Vikings.
I was just thinking about the Vikings, and if they keep winning, how great it'll be.
Someone say Vikings?
So, Chris, give us the lines and your locks of the week.
Oh, I can't wait to give you my locks.
Great.
Because I want everyone to make money. Kansas City Chiefs at the Houston Texans. Texans are +3 at home. Give me the Houston Texans at +3.
Taking the dog at home.
Yeah, that's right. They're going to shut down this fucking Kansas City Chief fucking bullshit.
By the way, when's the last time the Chiefs lost? Who was president? I mean, they've been on a streak. I haven't paid much attention to them, but...
It's a 10-game winning streak.
Yeah, it's 10 games.
They've really put it together.
And
who have they beat?
They've done it with no pressure.
And without Jamal Charles. They're somehow Alex Smith and Jeremy Maclin have become an actual fucking good duo. I don't know how they did it. Bunch of bullshit to me. That's why the Texans are going to take that shit home. J.J. Watt. Then the Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are +3. Give me the fucking dudes on the road. Give me the Steelers at -3.
Well, you just went against the dog at home.
I like the dog at home with the Texans. Seattle Seahawks
Man, you would think it'd be more than 3, too, right? With the
These lines seem fucking weird.
And then you got Ben Roethlisberger, who, has as much experience in this kind of pressure game as anybody.
With Antonio Brown, who's going to fucking light their asses
they've been
up.
great.
Seattle Seahawks.
Hold on, Steelers fans are asking if you'll please. Nobody wants Chris to pick their team.
I have to go with what's inside of me.
Ew.
Which is the Steelers.
Shit. It's literally a week's worth of shit and cheese.
You need some roughage.
Ew.
He wants to know if roughage comes as a cheese.
Is that fried? Is that fried roughage?
I seen him eating a block of cheese one day.
Just gnawing on it?
Yeah, like a rat.
It's delicious.
A fucking Subway rat. Then he started to hump it and then went back to eating. You're seriously like a cave boy.
All right, Sunday's games. The Seattle Seahawks at the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah!
That's Joe's favorite team.
I like them.
Vikings are +4 at home.
Dog at home.
Should I take the dog at home?
It's up to you.
Give me the Vikings +4. They're gonna lose, but they're gonna fucking they're gonna fucking cover.
All right.
Okay. Given your history, which I didn't think was a real thing until I started working with him, and then one day I'd just go, Chris. It was like week 7. I was like, Chris, you actually fucked this shit up.
It's true. It's real.
Yeah, it's real. So,
You like that? You like being in my world, huh?
No one does.
God, no.
No, we don't.
And then finally, the Green Bay Packers at the Washington Redskins. Redskins +1.
Wow, dog at home.
Dog home, Skins win.
Is it a dog at home every fucking
game? That's
wow,
crazy.
I've never seen that in the history of the world.
This doesn't happen.
Yeah, normally if you get the home game, you're the better team because you have got a better record.
Oh.
So to be getting points that way, it's like, you did better than Norris so all year long. So I think Norris is going to beat you. What? How could that happen?
Who made this line? I say num. Give me all the points.
Yeah, except for one game.
Num.
You went against your num.
It's definitely
know what?
Fucking jinx the Steelers.
Give me the Bengals. I feel AJ McCarron's going to fucking light it up.
All right, so wait a minute. As happy as you were with your pick just minutes ago.
You know what? I noticed the pattern in the rest of my picks.
You didn't notice. I did. I pointed it out to you.
I noticed what you just said.
Very
Thank you.
astutely.
Thank you for pointing that out. I'm going to retroactively take the Bengals.
Well, tomorrow you're going to go on this during your scope?
Oh, yeah.
Now you don't need to.
Wait a minute. Are you using chapstick?
I'm using chapstick.
I've never seen you ever do anything for your body.
Lips are so chapped.
You don't even blow your nose. When did you start? Did you find some chapstick on the street? Now you're using it as a beverage?
I found some in the booth.
What, in the booth?
Yeah, I don't know who this is, but I just...
What? That's not how chapstick works.
Why don't you just make out with E-Rock then?
E-Rock, get down here.
When
My
you
lips are chapped, and my tongue, too.
when you put it to your lips, I just assumed it was an e-cig.
Oh, I can't smoke those. Those are bad for me.
What do you imagine a doctor saying this? What was the time of death? And put it down as another case of found chapstick.
Love the flavor on this.
Warn these young people about the dangers of found chapstick. They do not listen.
I can't imagine finding chapstick and then applying it. That's very
it's like
weird.
finding a piece of used gum.
It looked barely used.
I've seen him chew it. I've seen him and Dave both go in trash cans after
No, come on.
Yeah, we got from Shade 45 some chicken wings once.
In a
They
trash?
they were uneaten, but they were in the trash. Yes.
I thought they were just like, little meat left on this bone.
First of all, not only would they do that, they would dive. You see them battling to get it through trash cans. Now, and Dave would always be down in O&A's office, going through their fridge, eating lunches, and shit like that. And then he would come to me and he'd be like, "You hearing this shit? The O&A producers are saying we stole their food." I'm going to say, if you do eat their food. He goes, "Yeah, but there's no possible way they fucking know it. These guys are assholes." I go, "They know their food disappears every day."
I feel good about all these picks. I mean, I'm getting +3 with the Texans, +3 with the Bengals, +4 with the Vikings, +1 with the Skins.
You're already winning. Right now, stop. You're already winning. Stop the game.
Easy fucking money.
And now you don't have to do this tomorrow on your Periscope. I mean, are you even going to Periscope now in the new year?
Of course I'm going to Periscope.
It's kind of over, right?
I agree with you. It's dull.
Nope.
And like it's the same. It's not like innovative in any way.
We're scoping tomorrow. We're going to 420
Let
blaze
me guess.
tomorrow.
Scope bro, everybody.
Yeah, there's going to be some scope broing out there.
Unlike the scope that I produce, Louis J. Gomez's Sleep Scope, which had its first episode last night.
Oh, he did do it.
He did
All right,
do
so
it.
the ban on him is off.
I guess so.
He did do it.
Everyone sent love. How
I was
was
given tons of credit.
He's a lighter day dude now.
So it went very well. He got into bed. He was in a hotel because he's got a show. So he cozied up to bed, answered some questions. He gave out his hotel room number, which was probably not a good idea. No one called. No one person called.
Oh, sleep
And he was actually concerned. He was like, hey, how come nobody called? I thought you guys were going to mess with me. No one did. But then someone did say it was busy.
No one cares.
But then he could not close his eyes because he couldn't stand the thought of people were saying things about him. So he had trouble getting to sleep. And he's like, it's so hard to fall asleep because I know you guys are talking about me. And I really didn't think he was going to be able to do it. And then finally he drifted off.
How long did it last?
It was about 20 minutes because he fell asleep and then he lost signal. But he was actually sleeping when it cut out.
All right, Chris, read off. People are asking. Just read off every one of your guys one after another very quickly.
Houston Texans +3, Cincinnati Bengals +3, Minnesota Vikings +4, Washington Redskins +1.
You don't even have to say the plus. Just give out the names of the teams.
Texans, Bengals, Vikings, Redskins.
Boom. 4 losers. All right, people are also writing in what happened. You were going to play that clip of the people who found the phone.
This is the best.
In Houston, Texas.
In old Houston.
Yeah.
So this guy had left his phone in an Uber.
Yeah.
And it was found and returned to him. But first, the people who found it decided to leave a little video for him on his phone.
So this is what he found on his phone.
God. When it was returned to him.
Okay, this is great.
Hey, recording shit. I just started recording. Hey, I found your phone on the Uber. I found your phone on the Uber. She found your phone on the Uber. I find your phone on the Uber. If I found your phone on the Uber, that's my fucking phone on the Uber. So you better be lucky I found your shit, because she wouldn't have gave your shit back yet.
Oh my God.
And I need an upgrade. Oh, so record me giving them a shake that ass in. Hold up.
Hold up.
Hold up, bitch. Throw that.
What is she saying now?
Throw that ass.
Throw that ass.
Do this kicks with my whoa. You know how that shit goes. Hey, I'm from H-Town, Texas. Houston, Texas, baby. You better let your friends know, your mom know, your dad know, your grandma know. We from Houston, Texas, baby. Southwest A-Leaf to be exact, homie.
Why?
They're saints.
Why make Anthony look right? Why give him credibility?
And that's why the Texans are going to win this weekend, or at least cover at that +3.
You tied in that way?
Yeah.
There's no way now anybody who finds a phone in an Uber isn't going to do that. You know, if I find
sure I won't put on a bikini and start fucking the air.
That's what it is. That is, if you're a hero, that's what you do.
Bunny Kick Butt wants to know, what's that Blue Apron code?
That Blue Apron code is blueapron.com/rawdog.
Just /rawdog.
/rawdog.
Saying that doesn't work. Chris will get on top of that then.
He's going to be on it.
They're saying that offer is no longer valid. Well, way to make me go through it all without just saying that first. So, Chris.
Yes.
Check on that.
Checking.
Check it up.
You know why? We're from Acetown, Southwest.
Tell your mom, tell your grandma, tell your daddy.
I found your phone in an Uber.
I found your phone in an Uber. I found your phone in an Uber.
I like that song.
And I like that she's just like, you're lucky you're getting it back because if I found your phone in an Uber, that's my phone in an Uber.
Seriously, this is fucking, we've lost. We've lost whatever we were trying to achieve with this country. Because these aren't two children. This isn't two 17-year-olds. This is two people who look like late 30s.
Yeah.
They're barely dressed in their home. And then they're just going fucking buck wild crazy.
I mean, they're in stripper gear.
They're in bathing suits.
They're in bathing suits.
Maybe they're about to go to the beach.
You know what, Chris? You're disgusting.
Yeah.
No, you're not
and
gonna...
they dressed up for this. I mean, they were like,
know.
you think there's just two girls hanging out in bikinis?
Yes.
I'm going to agree with Chris.
Thank you.
They just fucking came back from the Walmart dressed
Look
like
at
that.
she's put her little head thing on. She's like, they dressed up
Go
for
back
it.
to the beginning, because she's really, that twerking is almost dangerous right there.
Yeah, she's working it.
You gotta have volume. You gotta have volume, Chris.
I found your phone on the Uber. She found your phone on the Uber. I ain't find your phone on the Uber. If I found your phone on the Uber, that's my fucking phone on the Uber. So you better be lucky I found your shit, because she wouldn't have gave your shit back yet.
She wouldn't get your shit back. Yeah.
Okay, record me giving them a shake.
This is Molly and Norris after a long night drinking in a Dominican bar.
Hold up. Hold up, bitch. Throw that.
I mean, she was nice enough to throw that ass for her.
With my woes. You know how that shit goes. Hey, I'm from H-Town, Texas. Houston,
Rewind
Texas,
a little
baby.
bit.
You better let your friends know
You
your
can see her
mom
get
know
the
your
idea.
dad.
Yeah. She's like, no,
Shut up.
seriously.
I'm from H-Town, Texas.
He doesn't know how to take
No.
back, right? That's why he's not getting any of these delicious tapes.
Oh, fuck. Just one, please. Just one.
Norris was correct. These are the best cookies
Yeah, they're
on the
so
market
good.
today.
They're the best.
Okay, look.
Vito's
No.
gonna get one.
Yeah. I get a tape for finding these delightful young women who found that
Yes.
phone in an Uber.
Houston, Texas, baby. You better let your friends know, your mom know, your dad know, your grandma know. We from Houston, Texas, baby. Southwest A-Leaf to be exact, homie.
I found that phone in an Uber. I found that phone in an Uber.
Keep going.
That's it.
I love them.
They're the
They're
best.
the best.
This ought to be the Trump 2016 fucking
I'm
ad
from
right there.
Houston, Texas. Wait a second. I need to shout out.
Acetown.
Tell your grandma. Tell your daddy. Throw that.
That'll blow up this. Guys, you want some cookies for having such a great show today?
Yeah,
I'd love some
cookie
cookies.
time.
Those
Drug
two,
me out
those
for
two
cookies.
fucking blow.
Huh?
They blow. Why do they get cookies?
Oh my God, those tastes are good.
I just gave out all these great picks.
Really
I'm fucking
excited.
making money for people out there.
Why
I'm
do you
not
always bring
getting
it back to you?
Because I'm just trying to make a case to get a cookie. That's all.
Wait, how are you making money for people?
I'm giving them fucking free fucking advice. Bet on the goddamn Texans, the Bengals, the Vikings, the Redskins. You bet on them. You make money. Your fucking weekend's
It's
gonna be
for
dope.
yourselves.
Seriously, Vito's gonna get a fucking cookie and I'm not.
He's really doing great work.
He did good.
He couldn't even sit fucking Reese down in a chair.
I'm doing a really good job.
He thought you had
You
it.
motherfucker.
I'm doing a great job.
Have a seat
Shit.
over where Norris sits. Congratulations for your Hall of Fame too today.
Fuck my
That was
Diaz.
big today. I know how a
goes
lot of
into
these
the
fans feel who were like, oh yeah, like when Chris starts rooting for my team, everything goes to shit.
Right.
'Cause,
Well, he did that with the Mets.
Yeah, he did that
I
for
was
the
always
Mets.
a Mets fan up until their loss when they broke my heart. And they can suck my dick.
Well, so
Yeah,
it was big.
Molly's here when you talk about it.
Yeah, you can't say that
I
word to Molly. You
apologize
don't
for
do that.
Saying suck my dick.
Dick suck and talk. When Molly's around, it's not right.
Here's the strange thing about Chris when he starts talking. He's both homophobic and homoerotic at the same time. It would seem impossible.
My gift. Yeah, the Mets, man. They blow, they're going to always crush your
Nice
fucking
segue.
soul.
He got you. He got your
He might as
number.
well just go, we from Houston, dog.
H-Town?
Houston, Texas.
You see these cookies?
Yeah. Don't.
These are the Glengarry cookies. To you, these are gold, and you will not get them.
I just want the fucking Glengarry cookies. These cookies are shit.
Cookies are for closers.
I can't do anything with these cookies.
I could take these fucking cookies right now and make money. You see these cookies? These cookies cost more than your car. That's who I am, and you're shit.
I love brass balls. He carries those balls around in his fucking briefcase.
Josh is jumping in, and this is there's a lot of people who's expressed the same. Go ahead.
Ronnie, you ill-begotten son of a bitch. How'd you talk that mush out of his pants?
Give me them Bengals.
Guess why? Pittsburgh fans were fucking begging me to, and I'm not even making that up.
For 10 years for this. I watched Carson Palmer get rolled up by this same team in a Steelers bar in Louisiana. I hate your guts.
A.J. McCarron's going to throw for 475 yards and 6 touchdowns.
Die.
Wow, you're really mad. Dude, fucking bet on them. You're going to make money.
This got said, and Joey, I want you to pick this later. Notice Joey Jojo said John Ritter well after Gail Ann said it, just to be heard. Hashtag nervous energy. Hashtag Bennington.
Yeah.
John Ritter.
He's a fucking repeater.
Don't repeat.
And if you ever tell him like something like this, like, Joe, you should go shit in a bucket, he'll be like, I should shit in a bucket. He'll just start and run with it as some kind of a
Shit in a bucket.
weird thing
John Ritter.
that he thinks is like judo. Oh, I'm going to use their insults against me.
Doesn't work like that.
He was trying to bring up pea cups before you got here, Molly. I wouldn't permit him.
All he wants to talk about is piss.
You know that we found out from his mom. He was the one that peed in bottles when he was little.
I hope you heard that.
I didn't,
Yeah.
and now I'm angry.
Yeah, and his mother
mom-
called him out on Periscope.
Right, and she said, remember those bottles? She's really Spanish. She's like, remember when we would find the bottles? The bottles of peas. Oh, so much peas. I couldn't believe it.
Mom?
And then she said, I'll never forget it, that he could put his penis inside a bottle. And as she said, never touch glass. And then she went like this. She looks into the camera, goes like this. And that includes balls.
Balls, too.
Oh my God.
The whole thing.
The whole thing could fit right in.
Probably right up to his asshole. And just start moving around.
Growlers don't have a big neck either.
Do you just put that on other people?
I mean, you know, I like to project my own insecurities on other people.
Clearly. That's what it seems like.
And you know, so when I pissed in those bottles,
We're not pissed.
Bye to them.
We're not pissed in those bottles.
when I pissed in those battles,
We're not done pissed in those bottles.
you don't give me the vapors.
I had such shame.
I do declare.
I just, you know, like to see other people fall to my level sometimes.
So that's what it is. It
You
really,
made that story up?
No, I didn't make that story
How
up.
are we supposed to believe a thing you said?
I got to agree with Molly.
Yeah, this looks like someone's full of dirty shit.
and piss.
Are we still talking about the pee in the bottles?
Just generally, we're also talking about Joe being
Joe,
a
it's okay. I
liar.
peed in bottles too.
Thank you, Vito.
What the
and I'm sure that
Why
was
are you
very
peeing in
brave of
bottles?
you to
It
do
was for
right
fun.
now.
I was like, when I was back in like 6th grade, I was just like, why not?
No, he did it as a college student.
I was like, how much piss can I fill this bottle with?
What'd you come up with?
I was always full bottle, sometimes more. Sometimes I'd have to like pour out some of the bottle and then
Did you
keep
ever find
pissing.
my other earbuds?
No, they didn't fight, but they're going to get you the other ones.
What?
Didn't find the ones from yesterday, but there's another pair they're going to run down.
I left earbuds here yesterday.
And you guys didn't find any?
I think I also left my glasses here, my sunglasses.
Are these your sunglasses?
Mm-mm. But those are my earbuds.
No, this is my chick's.
Mm-mm. Look it's missing one of those things. That's mine.
Oh, wait, mine are right here.
It's in your phone.
We'll save these for later, though.
But seriously, did you find my sunglasses or what?
I didn't find your sunglasses,
Or
but
did you just pee on them?
Yeah, how are we supposed to believe anything you said?
Is everything in here covered in piss? Is that what
It's covered in piss.
Oh, okay. Oh, come on.
There's another one right there.
This one's open. The last.
Can I have a Coke, please?
Yes.
Ah!
Motherfucker. I just want a Coke.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so fresh.
They're fresh?
They taste home baked to me.
Like, are they sweet?
The crunch of them, too. Perfect sweetness.
Hey, Stanley, tell your story walking. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You just crushed them in
You
your
got
fist.
I'll take it. I'll take a crushed cookie.
A, B, C. Always be cookies.
Always be crushing.
I let the phone just ring off the hook. Look, now he's running. Good work, jerk.
Crack up job.
Remember when Vito left Nerys and
Yeah, congratulations for
you
being a
came
fuck
out
up.
to help her and then Nerys thought you wanted to hug?
Oh, no.
And we all, I started crying a little bit. I'm like, he loves Nerys.
I had no idea, and I was thinking that you guys were just really close, and I didn't realize.
I was kind of ticked because I had to make the move over to you for a hug, and you came out and just embraced her.
No, I was just trying to do my job.
I was trying to be like a father who lets their daughter out into the
Yeah,
world.
that's
And
how
I was
you do
like,
it.
you know what? Nerys, I believe in you.
Holy shit, the balls on this kid, huh?
Yeah, it's dumb as fuck.
I believe.
That's a retarded thing to say.
I believe in her.
Vito, you're not doing your fucking job. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Do you? Because you just what you just said, it doesn't sound like you fucking do.
I do understand.
Good. That's good. Now don't fucking say dumb shit like that again.
Okay.
You know what? You don't seem like your leadership is there when you got a mouthful of cookies.
I know if I was Vito, I'd be like, I'm not listening to this guy.
I'm not listening to the cookie breath.
Hey, cookie breath, what's going on?
Look,
Nothing.
I think it's interesting that you got no respect for him.
That's great.
I'm going to write it in my own thing that I'm sending it down later.
Oh, what are you sending it down?
It's a report I got called Everybody Hates Chris.
Like that TV show.
Hold on. Alan, Sacktown has something for us. Alan, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Ron. Was listening to the outro the other day in that little section where you go, I gotta go home, and then the reply is, but you are home. Did you guys know that was a lyric in a Y&T song called Barroom Boogie?
YNG?
YNT. It's a West Coast outfit. Hard rock.
What year they put this out?
I want to say 78, 79.
I don't even know this band. I'll have to look into it.
All right.
You might be onto something big, my friend.
Very big.
Yeah, you might be blowing the fucking lid off this.
Cool album cover.
Yeah, sure, it's a robot tiger from the future. Oh, Y&T. I know that band. I thought I was hearing YMG that whole time.
Yeah, that's what he did say. This guy's
Yeah, because he said YMG and then you said YMG and he said, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
that
what I
wrong
mean.
thing.
YMG is my favorite band. And also, Joey Davidson.
Instead of Joy Davidson. There's this band called Joe Davison.
Yeah, it's a Joe Davidson song.
Love will tear us apart. And then I go like this. You mean Joy Division? Whatever. Wait, no. This is the biggest mistake made in the history of the world.
It's impossible to fuck that
The
up.
confidence, too. Who said that? Joe Davidson. I call her.
I love when anyone fucks up anything.
So good.
There was a friend of mine was singing along with a Tull song. I think it might have been Thick as a Brick, and there's a fucking line that says the kettle is almost boiling, but he sings very loudly, the cattle is almost boiling. Did you think there was a time in the history of the world where people boiled cattle?
So hot out back then.
To make a nice big cattle soup.
Oh, delicious.
Or stew.
I love a cattle boil.
Look at Joey JoJo's over there busting ass. Vito, you getting a nice rest watching him do your fucking phone job?
Good work.
I still have his cookie in my hand.
He doesn't want it.
That's really nice that you didn't eat it.
No, I'm trying to be healthier, so I'm.
You just had your own cookie.
That's great. You're being healthy for the new year?
Yeah, I bring my own lunch every day. I've been eating soup.
I had no idea this. This is great. This is your New Year's resolution.
No, not a New Year's resolution. New Year's resolutions are bullshit.
Right.
So I'm just deciding to do it when the new year starts, just casually.
Yes.
I just casually.
I mean, if you did it in October, I'm like, that fucking guy doesn't even wait for New Year. But the fact that you do it on New Year, you can't distance yourself.
No, I waited until like January 4th.
That's a New Year's resolution.
No, New Year's resolution January 1st.
No one ever
I gave
does
myself
it.
3
No,
days.
once you go back to
does it.
work.
Yeah, everyone does it once you go back to work.
Well, I did want to start a month ago, but because my schedule was still like so all over the place, it was hard to like figure out like when I could go to the gym and when I could like eat and when I could do that. So now that my schedule's more set, I know when I can work out. I know when I can eat. I know what I need to bring. So I bring in different versions of chicken and broccoli every day now. That's not a joke. I just delicious chicken and broccoli.
It's good that when you laughed in his fat face, you know that he's losing.
You can't just eat the same thing every day for lunch.
I did it 3 years ago and I lost 160 pounds. So
how much of it you put back in?
That's up for debate.
Was it more or less?
No. I'm not as big as I was when I started this journey. I had.
So you're just gonna eat chicken and broccoli for the rest of your life?
No, until I get skinny again, and then I got 2 years to.
They say it's the best thing for your heart is to take off
really
and
fluctuate,
gain massive amounts of weight.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the way back down, and then I'm going to figure out, maybe go to a nutritionist and be like, all right, how do I maintain this?
It's by not eating the same thing for lunch every day.
That's what he's gonna say. I found your phone in the Uber. I found your phone in the Uber. I found your phone in the Uber. That's my fucking phone in the Uber.
Well, I'm proud of myself.
We just get happy anytime that Gail sounds like a black woman. It just makes us feel so excited.
Burly.
Yeah.
I'm legally blind.
What's that from?
That's the other one I was doing the other day.
Oh, yeah.
The girl I'm obsessed with. The getaway driver. How am I going to drive a getaway car if I'm legally blind? I'm legally blind. She's the best.
You should do, like, just impressions in black comedy clubs.
They'll love it.
They'll go crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. This young white girl is mocking us.
Just these specific
thing.
YouTube videos,
Yeah.
though. It'll be like a little slideshow.
You do almost get a YouTube a day that you hook onto.
That's my fresh cookies.
That's my favorite one.
How are you going to make me wait 3 minutes for my fresh cookies? Oh, my God.
Oddly, they could all be the same person.
Yeah.
Hey, remember when fucking Vito shot fucking Chris down, and then Chris, instead of being fun with it, just got mad and was all cookie mouthed and fucking angry. Like
Yeah, why couldn't it just be fun?
Yeah.
Like he was joking.
He was having, you know that he was joking.
He was having a laugh.
I don't know if he was
He's
joking.
taking the piss out of you.
He's taking the piss.
No, there's all the piss is inside of me.
No, I was trying to take it out.
You're missing
I wanted the piss here.
translation of this.
I wanted it in a bottle.
Ew.
If I could put piss in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do. Could you imagine if you were a bottle pisser and then you were around saying other people's sisters?
You're
did
you're
it?
just a massive hypocrite and so rude.
You should have been defending
It would have been
her bottle
weird.
pissing.
What did your sister say about the bottle pissing?
I mean, she was just, first of all, in shock that this came up on a international.
It is international.
International,
If you think of Canada as a nation.
I do. My
Okay.
dad's Canadian, so.
French Canadian?
Nope, regular.
Ew.
What's the point?
Where's he from? T-Town?
Yep, T-Dot. T-Dot, O-Dot.
Is that what they call it?
Yeah, T-Dot. I know.
I think
'cause
we're going
went
to go up for
camp
the Toronto Comedy Festival this year.
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, there's one in Toronto, too?
Yeah, after the one in Montreal.
Cool.
It's the same one. Just roll down the street. I don't want to say anything bad about them, but they just share it. I mean, I've seen all these guys a month ago.
Can you just speak up a little?
No. I'm just saying it's great. Love Toronto.
It's a cool town.
What, T-Dot?
Yeah, T-Dot.
Yeah.
They have they have really good food up there, actually.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's an international city, I like to
Yes,
say.
yes, it
Beer's
is.
expensive over there.
So what?
Like ridiculously, like more than New
Really?
York. Yeah, I bought like when I went up there for a music festival.
Same music festival.
It's all the same day.
We just move it down.
We bought beer at 2 a.m. and it was like $30 for
Why'd you bring up
One beer?
12
to
pack
it?
for a 12 pack. We wanted to drink in our hotel room, and there's no bars that you could go to like past like midnight there.
Oh, I see.
They do have weird alcohol laws
Yeah.
up there.
They're real strict
Yeah.
But Montreal doesn't, right? Or
Montreal's
does
a
it?
party town.
because they're
Yeah.
they're French. They're free.
Yeah.
They're so free.
But I remember when I was a kid, and this was many years ago, up in Nova Scotia, guys would like, if we want to get some beers, we got to call a bootlegger. And I'm like, what do you mean bootlegger? And they called the taxi drivers bootleggers because the taxi drivers would keep cases of beer and then sell them to you.
Holy shit.
So they knew what cab drivers would do. But they were always drinking warm fucking beer because it was the back of the thing. But it was very, and this is many, many years, decades and decades ago. It was very hard to buy cases of beer somewhere.
Did you get a 6-pack?
Yeah, what we used to do is take the beer. This is how fucking cold the lakes were up there. We just chuck them into the lakes. And then when you wanted a beer, you would dive in and go down like 12 feet, come up with your beer and start drinking it. Like, it's colder. It's fucking definitely colder.
Pretty fucking cool.
Now I'm freezing.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. It's the death part.
That's when I was up there in the carnival. And I remember one day we were just fucking swimming bare ass and I start fucking shampooing my hair in the lake. And nothing ever feels better than like you. But then I'm like, years later, I'm like, oh, I guess I am a polluter. I never even thought about it. Because it was a beautiful, clear lake. Canada's like one of the most beautiful places.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
And it's so, they've got everything. They have like, you know, this is going to sound
What do you
stupid.
mean, like everything?
They have everything we
Running
want.
water? What do they have?
Turlets.
I was going to talk about all the different geographical features, but I decided
Tropical?
They have all the cold ones. But you are right.
Frozen tundra?
I mean, if you
what
look,
have you?
If you go from like Prince Edward Island all the way out to the, I mean, it's a stunningly beautiful, so much room in between the cities that you can't believe it place.
Mm-hmm.
Canada's phenomenal. And from what I understand, the biggest fresh water reserves in the world are in Canada. So if we ever get low on water, they're going to be the Saudi Arabia of water.
Talk to my dad.
Yeah.
He knows some people.
Phenomenal anthem, too.
Oh, yeah. I also know the whole thing because I went to
I love O Canada.
summer camp.
What?
In
O
Canada.
Canada's a great anthem, dude.
I agree. I love that song, too. And you know it's not that old?
Really?
Yeah, it's like from the 80s.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
That's not fair, then. If we wrote a new anthem, it would fucking be baller.
Then we got to have the balls to do it, dude. We got to put it out there.
Our
We
new
gotta call
anthem
up.
is Born in the USA.
And I don't even think that the Canadian flag is that old. You can look these up.
And that's a beautiful flag.
I know.
It's got a leaf.
Mike in Canada.
Yeah, 1967 for the flag, and I've never heard it called T-Dot. I've heard we used to call it T-O. I've never heard it called T-Dot. But if you're getting beer at 2 a.m. in Toronto, you're either getting it from a bootlegger or you're going to a booze can because and fucking $30 is pretty good.
What do you refer to as a bootlegger as?
Well, yeah, you're right. In some towns, like in some towns in Nova Scotia, if they had a taxi company, then the taxi guys would have beer. But a lot of times it would just be a small town or a small village, and out at the edge of the village on a back road there'd be a guy that was a bootlegger, and he'd go to the regular beer store and buy a bunch of fucking beer, and whenever he wanted, he'd have it at his place, and you'd go out there.
Here's the thing. We would not consider that a bootlegger makes illegal alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Still. He doesn't just buy beer and save it and sell it to his friends.
It's like
more
a scalper,
expensively.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's a beer scalper. But that's so great that you said, because I never heard it anywhere else besides there. And then those guys were like totally fucking down. And back then you couldn't even sell beer in different provinces. Like each province had their own beer thing.
Yeah.
Well, that was the other thing is that a lot of guys would take the trip to Quebec and buy really cheap beer, and you can also buy quarts of beer where the rest of the provinces only had pints. And a lot of guys would go from Halifax or anywhere up to Montreal or just over the border, like Three Rivers or whatever, buy a bunch of Quebec beer and bring it back and sell it, down the back road. That's how they were making their money, right?
Yeah. They do the same with cigarettes, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, they would do it with cigarettes now, but the cigarettes that we buy now, the guys go into the reserve and bring tractor trailer loads out, and then try and not get caught. But if you get caught, it's not a small thing because you're fucking with the Revenue Canada, right? You're fucking with the tax man, and that's when the shit really gets fucking serious because guys think, oh well, it's just cigarette smuggling, but it's fucking worse than dope because there's no tax on dope, but there will be. If that's what a lot of people are afraid about with dope is if they put the tax on dope, then if you get caught moving it, then you're going to be fucking with Revenue Canada, right?
I remember when there was like a famous wrestler that got killed in the cigarette smuggling thing. It was like,
was it Dino Bravo?
Yeah, I think it was Dino Bravo. But look it
Yeah,
up.
I kind of remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
But I've known guys that have gotten pinched for tobacco, and it's not a small fucking deal, man. It's a bad scene, but whatever. There's killer fucking money in it. If you don't get pinched, it's fucking unreal how much you can.
I always laugh about Canadians too. They always act like, oh, we're like the most easygoing people. But I've seen some fucking badasses just knocking people out in Canada.
They don't take shit. They don't.
No,
my
they don't
friend,
take any shit.
I know a guy who wasn't allowed over the border because he had a DUI here.
Mm-hmm.
When I went, customs was ridiculous.
Yeah.
The guy had a 15-minute conversation with me where he was like, "You got any drugs in your bag?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "You sure you don't have any drugs?" I was like,
you
"No."
know
He was
why
like,
they did that? Because you were young. When I was younger, I used to get fucked
Hey
with
man,
all the time.
I'm 50 fucking years old. I go through it every fucking week going over that border.
and my friend was like half asleep, and they go to him, "Do you have any drugs on you?" And he thought they just said, "Where are you going?" He was like, "Well, I'm from New York."
That's what it's like that.
Everybody out of the car.
And they pulled all of his stuff out in the middle of the place and like poked through it.
Oh man.
I remember one time coming back from Canada because you could get. I was like a little kid, so it was like a fishing trip. It was my brother and all of his friends, my dad driving, and then the other car was full of my brother's friends. So we all went up there, and they're like teenagers, and I'm like fucking 8, right? So they're getting fireworks the whole time, and my old man was saying the night before, he was like, shoot off your fucking fireworks tonight because we're going back over the border, and they'll be pissed off. And he's like, they're like, no, we're taking some fireworks back, right? So they're saying, Ron, put some fireworks, hold on to me. And I'm like, fuck, no. Like, the last thing I want are border fucking problems, right? So we all come back, and we're all in this car together. And the guy says to my dad, he goes, where are you coming? And this is an American. He goes, where are you coming back from? And he tells him, and he goes, well, who were these are all your sons? He goes, no, I took this is a fishing trip, and I got all these boys with me, and my brother-in-law's behind me, and he's got a bunch of these boys, and they're all like 15 years old. So he's saying to each kid, he goes, all right, well, where were you born? Chester, Pennsylvania. Where were you born? Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He gets to Scott Okerson. He goes, and you? He goes, I'm from Fireworks, New Jersey. Sitting in the car. He's like, oh, fuck. We're ruined. These fucking kids, they were such assholes, man. And then we're fucking, as soon as we pull out, they let us go. These guys are throwing fireworks out the back. I'm like, cut it out, man. We're lucky we got this far. It was so exciting for a little kid, though.
Fireworks, New Jersey. And they didn't know? They were just like...
No, I don't think these guys gave a fuck about fireworks. You know what I mean? It was like, this is like a pre-drug era, so they were dealing fucking fireworks the same way that they would later, the same kids be selling drugs.
When I was a kid, we brought fireworks from PA to New York, and I remember being just terrified in the backseat, just like, we're all going down. Like,
well, I remember when I used to go down south, I couldn't believe that you could buy fireworks on the street, and beer at a gas station to me was fucking insane. Because the blue laws in Pennsylvania are terrible with that shit. So to think that you could walk into, you can't drink and drive, but you can buy beer at a fucking gas station?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
We were fucking opening them up in the fucking 7-Eleven. We're like, this is like being in heaven. Just fucking guzzling them on our way to pay for it.
When I was in college and all the kids from the Midwest were like coming out here, and they were like, well, like, we got to go get drinks for the night. And I was like, yeah, like, we'll go to CVS on the corner. Or like, we'll go to 7-Eleven. They were like, what do you mean? Like, it's just there? Like, you don't have to go to the liquor, you don't have to go to the beer distributor to get it?
They weren't even, when I was a kid, you couldn't even get beer in a supermarket in Pennsylvania. And if you used to go into those, and I don't know if it's like that anymore, I've been sober a long time, but if you went into a liquor store in PA, there wouldn't even be like liquor. Like you would tell the guy and he would go in the back and get you what you wanted. Yeah.
No display?
Mm-mm.
I'm pretty sure the last time I went to one of those like beer distributors, it was like the same thing. It's like he had to go and get it for us, I think.
In Philly?
No, it wasn't in Philly. It was just like outside of Philadelphia, but
they're fucking crazy down
it's
there.
really weird.
Well, that's because Quakers founded that fucking place, and no one goes around to change the laws. That everything would be closed like that on Sundays.
Yeah.
They didn't even want stores opened on Sundays because that's the Lord's Day. I'm like, here's the thing. Why wouldn't the Lord take a couple more days for himself at the end of it?
Yeah, it was his decision.
Why wouldn't he say, these 3 days are mine?
They're going to be great.
Yeah, he just rested for a that's
take a couple
crazy.
days off.
My God, you just created the world.
Why wouldn't you do 1 week on, 1 week off? You know, like you're a fucking sailor.
And then that's what we based our work schedule on.
Yeah. One myth.
So are you on work or off work right now? Oh, this is my off week.
Yeah.
That'd be so awesome.
Like if you just work 7 days in a row and 7 days off. There you go.
It used to be like that if you were on an oil tanker, like you would work like 24 hours a day while you're out. Then when you come off, you'd literally be off.
Right.
You know? And then the other thing that they used to have down that way in the factories was a swing shift, right? So 1 week you would work during the daytime, like you would work 8 to 4. The next week you would go in 4 to 12. And then the following week, you would work midnight to fucking 8. So all the fucking men in my neighborhood were always nodding out at weird times.
Oh my
like you just see them at the dinner table, and they're like, can't get used to this guy. They were always exhausted.
That's so bad.
Yeah. Because if not, everybody would want fucking day shift, and that would be it. No, you don't even have this kind of places. 20,000 invited to Trump rally at a 1,400-seat venue.
How are they going to make that work?
I say just pack them in there and let them start playing with matches. I think it's impossible to burn down a theater. That's my belief.
It's never been done.
Who invited them? Also, what does that even mean? Like on Facebook, or was that a?
Yeah, I don't know how. It's in Fairfax, Virginia. What is this madness that we're just following Google Maps on here?
I don't know. MSNBC is just like zooming in on a Google map.
I know, it's making me sick to my stomach a little bit.
Oh, now they're going to satellite view?
Camera.
I don't like the view of the world from that angle.
It sucks.
Well, it makes us look embarrassing.
So,
no, I think it makes us look organized.
I think every building looks like shit. We look organized.
Yeah.
Why? Because of our roads?
Yeah, it's
what a nice grid.
Such nice angles.
You love organization.
Oh,
don't
do
you?
I ever? Yeah.
What town is even this supposed to be?
Some shit town from the looks of it.
Wait, but if you looked at Boston from that view, it would look like a fucking disaster.
Yeah, Boston
it
does
is.
look like a disaster.
It is fucked
Boston
up.
is the most confusing. And you know what's annoying about Boston? That people who grew up in Boston think it's easy to get around. They honestly think it's easy
everybody
to get
think
around.
wherever they come from.
No, but
I
New
think
York makes sense.
I think
yeah,
the
until you
subway's
get to the
easy.
village.
Yeah, then
Then you're
really
like, what
lost.
the fuck? Turn around.
I'm from New York and I don't like it down there.
No.
When I was down there, I forgot. I was thinking when I was down there with you.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know where we're going. And you were like, don't you live here? And I was like, no, once it gets the names, I have no idea what's going on.
What are you guys doing down there?
Having a drink.
Gay bar?
Yeah, we're going, like, hey.
We going to a gay ball, gay ball.
Hey.
You two are like the fucking Nerese and Molly of the fucking males world.
Yeah, the reason why Nerese and I are friends, to answer your question.
Why did you slide that out like you were going to get in trouble for eating it?
Secret cookie.
Thank you.
No one gave it to
You gave it to yourself.
Thanks,
You helped
me.
yourself. Thank you, me. You know what I like.
Were you worried that you would get in trouble for eating a cookie?
Yeah.
Well, did you hear him ask the question first?
No.
He said, "Can I have another cookie?" And all of us were talking. And
Why? Because we're adults. There's no
May I
one
have
here
a
as the
cookie?
cookie queen. No one takes the cookie without checking first. You're a fucking adult. You want a cookie? Eat a cookie.
Love them.
You've upset the cookie queen.
You mind if I smoke a cigarette now? What do you think? You were in fucking lockup? Were you going to check?
Is this my commissary?
Taking a cookie now, boss.
Cookie in the mouth, ball. Cookie in the mouth. Hey, ball, I want you to let you know that man over there eating another cookie.
Hey, what are you saying that for?
Vito's still holding Joe's cookie delicately under the table.
I'm like only using like my like finger.
I want my fresh cookies.
I want my fresh cookies. How am I going to wait 3 minutes for my fresh cookies? 2 fresh cookies. Really? I called. I want my fresh cookies.
Who would win in a fight? Her or Starbucks drive-thru girl?
Oh, my God.
Give me my money.
Give me my money. Give me my money. That was horrible.
I know. She was out of her mind.
Piece of garbage.
Yeah.
I don't know. That Starbucks girl, probably.
You saw both sides of the justice system.
Yeah.
With those two.
Justice system?
Yeah.
What, because the Starbucks girl stole the credit card?
Yeah.
And the other one was just kind of a wild old lass who calls ahead to McDonald's. I didn't even know McDonald's had a landline.
I've never.
I literally just called. For my first cookie.
I had no idea that you could call and see what the stockage.
No, I had no idea.
How are those
fries being made over there? Are they?
You guys have cheeseburgers today or what?
How are those hash browns looking?
Also, the entire point of fast food is just like you don't need to call ahead.
Right.
Also, minutes, just 2 to 3 minutes to wait for cookies doesn't sound. Have you ever made cookies? That's pretty fast.
You're heating up at
They're
that
just
time.
going to microwave you some cookies. Relax.
She's never ordered from Insomnia.
This is a deal. Remember you sent in the story about the McDonald's in China or something?
Yeah, the crazy one.
Here's the deal. There's one of those in Tribeca. I don't know why you're bringing up China.
What?
There's one, a cool ass one like that.
Oh, yeah, on Greenwich Street. It's so nice.
He doesn't know anything but numbers.
No, I don't go down there. That's a whole.
He likes the grid
South.
system.
That's another state.
We got to send you down there to the Scope. Let's do that tomorrow, Chris.
Oh, all right, fuck yeah, I'll go to.
Instead of
he
your
can't,
scope,
'cause
he'll
he's-
go instead.
Isn't he? Are you doing all your other stuff?
No,
Also, aren't you trying to
tomorrow.
eat healthy?
I could go down there and get a salad.
Cheat day.
Cheat day.
God, Matt, don't you have other things to do here at work?
It's weight gain
You're training
Fridays.
people.
No. The kid's done. I've set him
okay,
free.
good. All right, we'll send him down there tomorrow, Chris.
All right.
Make sure you pay for his salad as well.
It's actually going to be probably a McChicken wrap.
You get him a McChicken wrap.
The Buffalo McChicken
Those are
wrap.
tiny. You're going to need more than
Bring me
one.
back
No,
something.
I eat healthy. I'm eating
Fresh
healthy.
cookies.
I'm going to see what they have. Maybe they have healthy options down there.
Yeah. Me too. Get me a shopping bag full of fries.
All the fries you can give me.
And then just pour it under the shake thing.
Do you want me to tell them unsalted so they make them fresh right there?
No, because I want salted.
Unsalted?
I'd rather have old with salt than unsalted.
Oh, no. They'll fucking pour a bunch of salt in there after.
Yeah, but that's
No,
different than having it salted
It is
while you're
right.
cooking.
When it's fried salt, it's
Yeah.
nice.
So good.
It's a giant difference. That's why a fucking chef doesn't even want to see you salting at the table.
Yeah.
He's like, you've destroyed the meal that I prepared for you.
You have to salt in layers.
Yeah.
That's what my mom says.
And then, while you're cooking,
Yeah.
yeah, they'll tell you the exact time. But I'll say to the chef, look, I'm here to eat, not to have you tell me how to eat food.
That part I understand.
I've been eating my own food since I was 30. So don't act like you teach me.
So what is so special about this
Well,
McDonald's?
they're making a run in a different direction and act like it's all fresh food and it's healthy and there's fruits and vegetables there. And McDonald's is so freaked out and doesn't know which direction to go in
It's
right now.
confused. It's very confused. It looks like a non-chain coffee shop.
It looks like an Apple store. The Hong Kong one?
Yeah, it's an Apple store, except for instead of an iPad, it's a fucking cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But here's the deal.
display.
If you're worried about fresh and all this, you're not going to McDonald's. You're just not going to do it. If you're going to McDonald's, you want burgers, fries, shakes.
Yeah.
The more they added to it, the crazier they got.
I hate that they extended breakfast all day because that was a special feeling. When you
See,
could go,
everybody used to say just the opposite. Now they're all saying the same thing as you. You're like Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
You can't be.
I will say this though, because I'm really mad. The only thing that they did that I like, but I'm also annoyed about, is that the McGriddle isn't available all day.
That's only in the morning?
Only in the morning.
But
which
now
is-
it's a special feeling.
The
so.
McGriddle's only available in the morning. Also, the hash brown, only certain locations have it all day. And
You know
the
so
day-
much about
the
this.
day. No, because the day I went in to go get a hash brown at like 3 in the afternoon, live a life of luxury, have a hash brown at 3. I went in. I was like, "Hey, can I get a hash brown?" And she goes, "We have no hash browns." And I was like, "Well, what about the new system? It says right here that you have hash browns all day." And she
Right
goes,
here.
I was like pointing at the little menu. She goes, "No, we sold out of them." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "Yeah, a lot of people bought hash browns today." I was like, "A lot of people buy hash browns every day."
So, turn that off. I don't want him to see why. I don't want him to see it. Turn it off, Chris, so he can't see it. And then tomorrow, you'll Periscope during the show, and we'll send you in while during it's happening. You can experience this place, this McDonald's of the future.
It's like VR.
Chris, suppose you got made CEO of McDonald's. How would you fix it?
I would I would kick out breakfast altogether. I won't even serve breakfast.
It's all down to breakfast.
So forget it. You are going to run it into the drought.
The only thing that works for them.
It's
what
insane.
would you do?
I bring back those Happy Meal toys.
Happy Meal toys. I think you're on to something because I would go straight nostalgia if I was doing this. I would have a lot of 70s and 80s things so that the parents would say to their kids, this is how it was when I was a little kid. No, I'm taking, like that Globetrotters fucking Radio City feeling of, I want my children to experience what I had.
Like diners with the 50s style.
Right. But now they could do 80s style.
That would be cute.
Fucking shit. Remember even in Back to the Future where they had the 80s thing where they would be showing, Cafe 80s? McDonald's should jump on that. Fucking playing Billie Jean and shit while people were coming in.
Yeah.
Because in the 80s, the big thing about McDonald's was that was the place where the dads could pick up the kids from the mom when they were split up families. So they would always meet at McDonald's. They'd have a meal, and then the dad would take the kids for the weekend, and then Sunday they would all meet back at McDonald's, and the kids would leave with the mom. That was the big McDonald's story of the 80s, yeah.
Wow.
Because that's when divorce really got normal,
Now,
they got rid of the toys?
Yeah, I think or at least they don't promote them anymore. Remember that used to be a thing.
That was the whole reason to go.
I read that they don't advertise the kids anymore.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they're fucked up.
They certainly, in the last, decade, their big thing was youth and urban youth, and that was their thing because they were saying, well, young people don't diet yet, so these are going to be the people who go, and that's what the I'm loving it with the all lowercase letters. It was just like, look, it looks like a text message or a tweet.
Basically, they got to a point where they're like, this is food for black people.
Yeah.
What I would do, I would market it even more towards drunk college kids. For example, my buddy went to college in Florida, where he's from St. Pete, and he said out there, a lot of the Applebee's in the towns where there's not a lot of bars turn into Club Apple at night. A lot of the Applebee's turn into at night. They
Dude, if you're fucking dancing at an Applebee's, you're a piece of shit.
So my thing,
definitely, you guys, seriously, it's a good idea. I would definitely go to the McClub.
If I would do this, I would take the places with the big ass play spaces. And I would, on Friday nights and Saturday nights, I'd have a DJ, and I'd have fucking parties there every goddamn weekend.
Keep
and be
the ball pit.
Come out, get wasted,
18
have a good time. DJ, no,
what,
21.
You put a band in there?
And stripper poles and girls be dancing.
I put a DJ,
bottle
Ronald
service.
McDonald strippers. Everything's McDonald's themed.
I'm not on board anymore. Back it up.
You're drinking your beer out of a Happy Meal box.
All right, I got an idea now. Here's what I would do if I was McDonald's. You know what? One thing that fucking kids love to do now, and when kids, I mean people in their 20s, fucking dress up day, right?
I love that
shit. So you just do SantaCon Day, you do fucking Star Wars Day, and everybody's dressed up at the McDonald's and hanging out there.
Let me take it one step further. BYOB would transform McDonald's.
That's a bad idea.
Why?
The homeless population in New York City already loves McDonald's. That would be disastrous.
They're already being their own bee.
It would be like
they're bringing their own pee.
I always say bring your own bitches.
The McDonald's near me was the one that you knew not to use that bathroom at. Because every time you went to that bathroom...
Every McDonald's, you're not supposed to use
but the one by me, every time you'd come out, there would be a homeless guy coming out, just showering. It was
I always laugh when I see somebody fucking washing their pits in a fucking...
He's like, oh, you wanted to use this kid? And I'm 8. And I'm like, yeah, I wanted to pass.
I always go, let me get behind your back. Let me get this for you. And I'll just start scrubbing their back. I'll turn that place into McDonald's like can come into America. All right, Joey. You're from Minnesota. What are you thinking? Hockey rinks in there? What?
All of them hockey rinks. I would make my McDonald's exclusive, and I would also create pop-up shops with McDonald's so that you'd have the app, or they would text you and be like, hey, this exclusive weird McDonald's just opened up 2 blocks that way. We got to go right now.
Where do you cook the food at, though?
Somewhere inside the restaurant. I haven't decided where.
You're just taking fries
you're saying food truck pop-up.
Not even that, Soho style, really expensive shops that open up in Soho.
That was so
Doesn't sound like it's gonna make money for them though.
No. But here's the thing: they open up in your small town, and you're like, what? Schmittingham just got a McDonald's pop-up shop. Let's go to Schmittingham.
But they already
real
have a
quick."
fucking McDonald's there.
Yeah, but
It's Schmittingham.
they serve different types of food
Like what
at this
different
McDonald's.
Well, that's a bad idea.
So a different restaurant.
So
is what you're
you want to
saying.
get rid of the brand completely, and you're just going in. There's frozen watermelon sticks.
I think I'm creating a little brother for the brand. It's part of the same family, but it's kind of an offset thing where it's glasses.
You're opening up McDonald's that are going to put the existing McDonald's out of business.
I think we combine a lot of different ideas. I think we combine, like, after a certain point in the night, it's 21 plus or 18 plus or whatever, nostalgia, 80s, and BYOB, and together these things combine to create a really fun...
And toys.
I got another idea too. Let's push it even back further to the 80s, and let's go to segregated tables. So,
Yes.
This is too nostalgic.
This is how it was when I was a boy.
yes, I need a white table for 4, please.
What, race table? Oh, it doesn't matter to me. Get out.
You should be at Burger King.
Miss, you got into our section, and I'm not one to complain.
Maybe it wasn't immediately clear to you that
I don't consider them white, at least in a religious fashion, and I will go to Yelp. We did it the other day when we sat too close to a computer.
Has anybody ever taken the time out to Yelp at McDonald's and be like, I did not like the service here?
Everything in the world is Yelp.
The service at this McDonald's was unsatisfactory.
Well, it's almost 3:00. But that means almost in the wrong direction. This means we're coming in 22 minutes late tomorrow.
Basically.
GPS on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Saturday at 3 p.m. on Deep Tracks Channel 27. And before that, I'm going to do a little pre-show scope at about 2:45. So follow at the iBang to get the alert.
And then, of course, your chance to win the sign Animals by Eric Bergen. Before we go, Chris, we got anything we need to plug?
I think we're good to go.
Nothing for you, Joey? Molly, always great to see you here.
Thanks for having me in. I miss you guys.
How nice to bring in Norris, and the fact that she's like, I try for jobs, but I don't want to bother you guys.
It's a ridiculous thing to say.
I'm like, that is Chris's job. And the only job, really. That and drinking. You're quitting soon, right?
I'm stopping for 8 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Day after the Super Bowl.
Oh, you're not starting now?
No.
Should we have an emergency vodka here in case your kidneys start to shut down?
That's a good idea.
I have some white wine and vodka
All right,
upstairs.
Tim Knight wrote this. I can't wait until Vito gets fed up and beats Hicks' ass. I'll fucking love that show, too.
Just start stomping him.
You think he can beat your ass, Chris?
Wow.
I have a bad shoulder, so no, I don't think he can beat my ass.
So why'd you bring up the bad shoulder?
It was a swerve, Molly.
Oh, okay.
Bad shoulder and all.
I don't know. I think you have the rage.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He has a deep rage inside him that I don't know if Vito has.
No, he's nowhere near close to my rage.
I have a lot of rage.
I mean, you have the athleticism for sure.
Thank you. No,
He's a jock. Vito is a high school football player, looked at by most A1 schools. Everybody was interested in him. Chris Stanley, on the other hand, went to a nerdy high school,
Brooklyn Tech,
where he excelled in nerd stuff.
Oh yeah,
and then went straight into drug addiction.
Mm-hmm. That was my major.
I found your car. I found your phone in Uber.
I found your phone in Uber.
All right, kids, we out of here. It's so great to see you, Molly. You and your little dark hair now, so nice. Our NPR girl.
Mm-hmm.
I would not be doing it without you.
Oh my God.
That's so
seriously.
sweet.
If I had human emotions, I'd start crying.
He just doesn't. Don't take it personally.
Okay, I won't.
But somewhere, maybe there's a place that it makes sense in my life. I like to think that I'm human. I like to think that way sometimes. I see how humans act, and I try to ape them and, do the same things that they do. Like the other day, I saw a baby fall down, and I went, ah! Oh. Because I saw people do that.
Did it work?
I don't know. No one called me out on it, you know?
Did you mean that, O?
He was skin job?
Oh, my God, Chris.
You're
You're fucking racist even when it comes to robots. Skin job was a name...
slur.
Yeah.
Slur for a replicant.
They were like, he was the same kind of guy who would have called blacks. What did he say to that, though?
I can't remember.
But he said something where he was
Some
like,
weird...
you don't even need to explain that much. We got it from Skin Job.
Understood.
Well, look, great seeing everybody here today, and we'll see you all again. We're back here in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!